return on the back roads and the dirt tracks of the rural Southeast.
And now it's center stage on Main Street, USA. As race drivers, we always dreamed of racing out of obscurity, but we never thought we'd be going from dirt to diamonds. Wow, Las Vegas, Nevada, what a ride it's been.
Oh, rapid roar, that stock car boy, he's a bell driver with a bam. He said that he learned to race the stock car by running shine out of Alabama. Oh, the demolition derby and the figure eight, it's easy money on the bank. Running from the man in Oklahoma City with a 500-gallon tank. Oh, rapid roar, that stock car boy, he's a bell driver in the land. He said that he learned to race the stock car by running shine out of Alabama. He got a tattoo on his arm, say, baby. He got another one that just say, hey. Whatever Sunday afternoon, he is a dirt track demon in a 57 Chevrolet.
Made the long journey from Saturday night's short track slugfest to Sunday's super speedway shootout.
From small-town Main Street to corporate Wall Street, the stock and stock car racing continues to soar.
The money has grown from $100 purses to $1 million jackpots.
Everyone's so cool that racing fool, he don't know what fear's about. He do 130 miles an hour, smiling at the camera with a toothpick in his mouth. He got a girl back home named Dixie Dawn, but he got honeys all along the way. And you ought to hit him screaming for the dirt track demon in a 57 Chevrolet.
Rapid Roy represents every aspiring stock car driver who hopes to make it to the big time. And it doesn't get much bigger than this. The entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. ABC Sports welcomes you to the third stop of the '99 Winston Cup season, the Las Vegas 400. Rapid Roy existed 51 years ago, and he's still very much alive today.
Rapid Roy, the stock car boy, epitomizes the mission of America's grassroots racers. You mix two handfuls of hope with a pocket full of dreams and somehow try to make it to the top of motorsports major leagues. Today, 7 of these top 10 starters can identify with just such a mission. Names like Irvin, Nadeau, Craven, Skinner, and Nemechek still await their first visit to victory lane. And what about front row starting Owensboro, Kentucky native Michael Waltrip, who through 14 years and 396 starts is still winless in Winston Cup? Well, arguably no one better understands that the journey from obscurity to immortality requires at least one stop in victory lane. That stop today could net Michael an additional $1 million bonus. But as all the Rapid Roys over the years would tell you, when it comes to that first win, it's not about the dollars, it's entirely about the dream.
Fabulous Las Vegas, famous for its past and its palaces, admired for its future and its fortunes. Today, a history-making first-time bet, a cool $1 million on the you better be able to pass line for Mike Skinner, Kenny Irwin, Michael Waltrip, 7-time Winston Cup champion Dale Earnhardt, and reigning series champion Jeff Gordon, all ready to roll for a $1 million bonus. The stakes are high, the odds against them. Place your bets. Today, a lot of money is riding at more than 170 miles an hour. 41-year-old Mike Skinner is a former NASCAR Truck Series champion and the current Winston Cup points leader, but he's never won a Winston Cup race. In fact, he's never finished higher than third. 29-year-old Kenny Irwin survived a controversial rookie season in 1998, returned to Robert Yates Racing, and finished third in this year's Daytona 500. Today, Skinner wants to earn his first win, while Irwin wants to win the respect of his racing peers. Then there's 3-time series champ Jeff Gordon, 11th in points, 11th on the grid, and looking to rebound from a rare blown engine 2 weeks ago. 3 men in the same race, but on a different mission. What about the $1 million? For these 3, it's exactly as advertised. It's simply a bonus.
Dale Earnhardt has won more than $33 million during his Winston Cup career, but you better believe that $1 million bonus is still a big deal to the Intimidator. However, if he's going to cash in on that big check this afternoon, then he's going to have to make up a lot of ground. Earnhardt starts from the 38th spot in a brand new race car. It took the team until late Saturday afternoon to get the car figured out, but now they're confident of a great run. And that is what they're looking for and looking at the big picture, the Winston Cup Points Championship. Rusty Wallace starts 37th today. And unlike Earnhardt, he is not eligible for the $1 million bonus. But like Earnhardt, he's looking to score some big points toward the season's more than $2 million championship. This is chassis number 21. The team is staying on floor number 21 at a local hotel. And here in Vegas, a 21 can win you a lot of money. Now, let's go upstairs to Bob Jenkins.
Thank you very much, John. This is only the second visit to this racetrack for these NASCAR Winston Cup drivers, so they're all still trying to figure it out. Now, last year, the race was totally dominated by Fords. They took 13 out of the first 14 positions. And although we had 24 lead changes among 12 drivers, the competition wasn't what we expected. And so Benny Parsons, NASCAR, decided to do something about that.
NASCAR was concerned about all the competition in 1998. So in Atlanta, the very final race of 1998, NASCAR decided to give the drivers some more comfort. Let's increase the downforce. So they took up the rear spoilers about 1.5 inches. They dropped the front spoilers about 1.5 inches, giving the cars more downforce, letting the cars be easier to drive in the cars be easier to drive in the corners. And at Rockingham last week, it looked to me like that was one of the best races there in years.
A huge crowd is on hand here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and so we now await the command that will get this race underway. 400 miles, 267 laps around the 1.5-mile Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Now to our Wide World of Sports studio in New York. Here is your host, John Saunders. $130,000 people have gathered here this afternoon at Las Vegas Motor Speedway to see this third race of the 1999 NASCAR Winston Cup season. 5 drivers are eligible for a $1 million bonus. Dale Earnhardt is among them, but he's got a long way to go. Here's John Kernan.
That's right, Bob. Dale starts 38th, as you saw in our open. He seems to be in a pretty good mood. I guess that means the car is in pretty good shape, huh, Dale?
Well, it's better the last practice, so we feel a lot better about it. I don't know how far up through here I can go, but I don't know if I can get up to them front guys, but we're going to be sure trying. And like I said, the car's a lot better, so we're just going to tune on her and see if we can go.
With these new rules packages right now, can you race a lot more out on this racetrack, you know, too wide? Will you have more opportunities to actually pass people?
It's a little better than it was. It's still a little tricky sometimes on the inside of cars, but it's a lot better than it was.
All right, well, good luck to 7-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion Dale Earnhardt, looking for that $1 million bonus. Rolls off from the 38th starting position. Now let's go up the grid to Bill Weber.
And Jeff Gordon has a shot at that million as well. In fact, he won it at Daytona. He's 11th in points. He starts 11th. Trouble 2 weeks ago at Rockingham. Today, this team looking to rebound.
Yeah, you know, it'd be nice to have a good run here, and it's a track that we struggled at last year, and we hope that we've got a little bit better this year.
They brought a Busch car here to run Saturday's race and took some notes from that to try and make this car better in the Winston Cup race this afternoon. Here's Jerry Punch.
35-year-old Michael Waltrip epitomizes Rapid Roy, the stock car boy from the Owensboro, Kentucky backwoods. Michael, 14 years, 396 starts, and many believe that first win could come today.
Those are a little bit of painful numbers for me to listen to, Jerry. I've worked really hard to win one of these races and have been close to doing it before, but it just hasn't worked for me. But with this team and the support that I've gotten from Phillips Electronics and Klausner Furniture, our sponsors, and Bobby Kennedy, the way he's run this ship, I mean, he's the reason why we're here on the front row. Just great communication between all of us, and I'm just thankful to be sitting in this position again. Back in the early 90s, I contended and ran really well at a lot of races, and it seemed to get away from me a little bit. But 35 years old ain't too old to make a comeback, and I'm on that trail right now.
A $1 million bonus plus the lion's share of a $3.7 million purse. Many say when you come to Vegas, a pull of the handle, a roll of the dice, or a flip of the card could change your life. A wave of the flag today for Michael Waltrip could totally change his. Bob?
Michael and 42 others are now in their cars getting set for the command to start engines as the crowd continues to file in here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. ABC Sports happy to have you along here this afternoon. Stand by for the Las Vegas 400.
NASCAR style race in the Nevada desert. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in just a few minutes, we're going to hear 700 horsepower engine at full song. We won't have to invite the fans of motorsports here in Las Vegas to stand up.
Those cars pull off of the pit road. Everyone here in attendance will be on their feet.
Well, you know, in the part of Speedway,
you're not coming to me. Okay.
It's an honor to have this strong a fan fill this complete arena. Even the new temporary grandstand fills the capacity on this great Sunday afternoon in March as we get set for 400 miles of Winston Cup NASCAR racing on this 1.5-mile facility. This is just one of many facilities that the Speedway Motorsports family has to go to each year and enjoy the NASCAR Cup and Busch Series. If we get going, thanks. We wrap up things here tonight. We're going to be down next Saturday night. The historic race off Bay Gold for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series, and you can get the most up-to-date lineup of all of our events here at Las Vegas Motor Studio and our home on the internet, www.lvms.com. That's exactly right. We'll be down in Hampton, Georgia, and then Carts Atlanta Motor Speedway. The ticket office is open in Atlanta today. Make sure you go down and give them a call. We hope to see you in Atlanta for the Cracker Barrel 500, 1 week today. Right now,
you do those.
Racing in the Las Vegas 400.
Okay. Okay.
$257 laps will mark the distance. That's 260.
We go right.
400 miles. And we are inside 45 seconds, I am told, by our friends at NASCAR. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're just about ready. And it's not going to be very long.
Las Vegas, Wayne Newton.
Drivers, start your engines.
might guess that the man who gave the command to start the engines was the Grand Marshal of this event. Mr. Las Vegas, Wayne Newton.
Someone was talking about that song that he sang when he was about 13, 14 years old, Donkey King, this morning. He's been around this town a long, long time. Well, look, these cars lined up and all the folks in anticipation. And Bob, the last 3 or 4 days in Las Vegas, there has been a tremendous amount of anticipation with all the fans from all over the country that come here to watch these guys compete this afternoon.
The flight I was on had lots of race fans coming out to this race. We'll go 267 laps here this afternoon. Mark Martin, last year's winner, of course, holds the race record, 146.554, 2 hours, 43 minutes. Pit window between 60 and 70 laps, and look at the purse, almost $3.8 million.
So that pit window, 60 to 70 laps, that could be critical. If you can get 70 laps, you'll be able to stop one time less, and that guy can run 60 laps.
Let's take a look now at the EverStart Walmart starting lineup. On the pole with a speed of 170.643, Bobby Labonte alongside Michael Waltrip, one of the No Bull 5 drivers. In the second row, no Tom Hubert. It's his first start in NASCAR Winston Cup racing on an oval. In row number 3, Mike Skinner, also one of the No Bull 5 contenders, eligible for the $1 million bonus. In row number 4, it's Jeremy Mayfield, flanked by Jerry Nadeau. The fifth row also contains a No Bull 5 contender, Kenny Irwin, his great run at Daytona. And the sixth row is the defending series champion in NASCAR Winston Cup competition, Jeff Gordon, also going for the $1 million, and Terry Labonte. The seventh row contains the defending champion of this race, Mark Martin, along with veteran Bill Elliott. Row number 8, John Andretti trying to get back on track after a couple of bad races in 1999, and Ken Schrader. Then in row number 10, it's Kevin LePage and Wally Dallenbach, who is the highest in points among the 3 Hendrick drivers.
As we check back in row 10, we see Jeff Burton, the fastest car in practice yesterday afternoon, alongside rookie contender Tony Stewart. In row 11 this afternoon, Rich Fickle and Rick Mast. In row 12, here in the Las Vegas 400, David Green and Derek Cope. In row 13, Elliott Sadler and Johnny Benson. In row 14, Kenny Wallace alongside Brett Bodine. Back in row 15, Steve Grissom and Ward Burton. In row 16, Chad Little, who finished in the top 10 here last year alongside Bobby Hamilton. In row 17, Sterling Marlin and Ricky Rudd. In row 18, Buckshot Jones, his first start in 1999, and Jeffrey Bodine. And check out the rest of the field. Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt here, row 19. Row 20, Jimmy Spencer, Ernie Irvin. Row 21, Steve Park and Stanton Barrett. And the 43rd starter, Darrell Walker.
There were 9 drivers that did not make the starting field, as we see the flyover once again. That's your F-16s from the 422nd Test and Evaluation Squadron from Nellis Air Force Base beyond the backstretch, very close to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And here are the 9 drivers who missed the field. Ted Musgrave and Kyle Petty are among them.
You know that Musgrave, Petty, Presley have to be crushed. Also Dave Marcus.
And a lot of Winston West drivers came here seeking a spot in the Las Vegas 400, but were unable to make the field. The start coming up. Okay, show me today's field if you would, please, just quickly. Okay, thank you. Hello, Ray. You ready to go to work now? Come on. Oh.
Wayne Newton must be in the pace car.
Yep. Brett's going to the back.
What happened to Brett Bodine?
Maybe he just, yeah, I bet so. Yeah. Is that right, Mikey? Well, you probably would know. You're on top of things. We have 9 on boards.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. Who is it goes back? Rhode Island's having all kinds of problems.
Easy for you to say. All 43 drivers are on the track, cars rolling, getting set for the start coming up very, very shortly. The Las Vegas 400 about to go. We have 9 on boards to complement our coverage today.
Rusty Wallace, the Miller Lite on board, starting in 37th spot. Sterling Marlin will start 33rd. The Coors Light on board camera. Derek Cope, the State Fair Corn Dogs, will start 24th today. Rich Bickle, he's a lucky dog if he started 21st today. Wally Dallenbach, also very lucky. He will start 18th at Budweiser Chevrolet. Bill Elliott, the McDonald's Ford, starts in 14th. And here's the luckiest guy of all, Mark Martin, the Valvoline Cummins Ford. He starts 13th. Mike Skinner, he could be lucky today, going for $1 million bonus. The Lowe's Chevy starts in 5th spot. And here's the guy on the pole, brand new track record, the Circuit City on board, Bobby Labonte, our pole sitter.
Down to Jerry Punch.
Guys, a year ago, this race was interrupted only twice by caution flags for a total of 9 laps. That happens again this year. We're talking possibly a fuel mileage race. Now, a pre-race survey down where I am showed me only 1 car that could run over 67 laps, meaning it could make it on only 3 stops. That being the car of Texan Terry Labonte. Let's check in with Bill Weber.
You can talk about the favorites, you can talk about the money, but this is a city built on emotion. How gutsy are you? In Las Vegas, you have to love the long shot, the dark horse. How about Wally Dallenbach? Starts 18th. He's higher in the points than he's been in the last 3 years. The car he's driving, he drove to an 8th place finish at Michigan last August. It's very good. Here's John Kernan.
Last year, Roush Racing's 5 cars all finished in the top 10. This year, not starting in the top 10, but at the end of happy hour, 3 of Roush's 5 cars were all among the fastest, including Jeff Burton, who posted the fastest lap. And don't forget, Mark Martin won the Busch race on Saturday.
20 Fords, 15 Chevys, and 8 Pontiacs are set to go. Here they come out of corner number 4. Onto the tri-oval, Bobby Labonte and Michael Waltrip are in the front row. And the green flag waves.
Green.
Labonte was not among the 12 drivers who led a lap here last year, but he leads lap number 1 in 1999 over Michael Waltrip and Joni Nemechek.
Now Bobby Labonte's led all 3 races in 1999. Only Jeff Gordon's led the other 2. Never seen Bob here with the 19 car. Was falling back a few spots as DJ Dale Jarrett on the inside.
Oh, Jarrett way loose.
Air off the spoiler, and there was some contact between Jarrett and Kenny Irwin, but meanwhile there's 3 abreast on the start-finish line. There's 3 rows of well, there must be 5 abreast.
This is a nice, wide, smooth racetrack, and it does make for multi-groove racing. And I don't know, Jarrett continues to lose positions here.
I think right now Jerry is being cheerful, and I would suggest that he does.
We understand that there was no contact, according to some of our spotters around the racetrack. He just got loose there in the third and fourth corners. Boy, that was almost a disaster in the early going.
And look at the Ward Burton down on the apron of the racetrack, the flat part of the racetrack, making a pass, trying to make a pass on Tony Stewart. That's Stewart in the orange 20 car, Ward Burton, the Caterpillar, number 22.
This group. That's Jeff Burton in car number 99. The 9 car is Jerry Nadeau with some different sponsorship on that car. This week was the Cartoon Network car. This year flying with this race rider, flying the colors of the WCW and NWO. This is back in about 13th, 14th, 15th, and on back.
Jeff Burton, the 99 car, the Exide car, was the fastest car in practice. Happy Hour yesterday afternoon started 19th as he worked his way up to 14th.
Had a tremendous run here last year, Jeff Burton did. As a matter of fact, he was penalized for speeding on pit road, but still came back to finish in second position after starting 15th. We're on board. We're there for a moment with Bill Elliott, who's right behind Terry Labonte. It's again 3 wide down through here. Nadeau in the middle and Rick Mast in the 98 car on the inside.
Tom Hubert, the white car, the number 19, Bradford white car. Last Sunday, 2 weeks ago, Rockin' he was changing right front tires on Steve Park's car. Here in Las Vegas, he qualified in 4th spot. Yeah, he's been the tire changer on the number 1 car for the last 2 races this year, but now is in the cockpit. A battle for 3rd position as Jeremy Mayfield has taken it from Joe Nemechek, and look at Mike Skinner in the 31 car come up to challenge Nemechek. He tried to get into that spot that Jeremy Mayfield had opened, but the 42 car Nemechek quick to go down to the inside and block that move by Mike Skinner. On board with Mike, who is the current NASCAR Winston Cup points leader, and Hubert is losing positions. He too got a little loose in the corner. Here comes the 16 of Kevin LePage sneaking up to the inside of Nadeau. And here comes Dale Jarrett. I would guess that he and Todd Barrett, the crew chief on this quality tier 4 number 88, made some changes this morning, feeling like the car was going to have a lot of pushing today, and got the car extremely loose. As a matter of fact, the first few laps it was a little bit too loose. It has been a guessing game weather-wise. Of course, weather is very important as to how you set up the car. The forecast was, if we take a look at how Dale Jarrett has fallen from 8th position back to 21st. The weather was supposed to be cloudy, very cool, and very windy here this afternoon. But, oh, Johnny Benson and right behind you, Tony Stewart crashing here in the tri-oval coming out of corner number 4. And amazingly, it looks like there were only 2 cars involved. Now, that's the advantage of a great wide racetrack. Here's a race back to the line. This is for the 2nd spot between Michael Waltrip and Jeremy Mayfield. There's the leader, Bobby Labonte. Tony Stewart's car is rolling here in the tri-oval. Johnny Benson's car is down in the infield grass, so there's no race car on the track to be concerned with, but they reduce their speed, come down, get the caution flag with Labonte, Waltrip, and Jeremy Mayfield in that order. A lot of damage to both those cars, both Benson's, Cheerios car. He's taking the car directly to the garage area. He didn't stop in the pit area, straight to the garage area. And I'm sure that's where Tony Stewart will be taking his car. I noticed Tony Stewart's car, the right front wheel is about 45-degree angle. Stewart in the wrong place at the wrong time. Let's take a look at it. Here is Benson coming out of the 4th corner, and boom. He just loses control, and when he comes off the corner, there's Tony Stewart with no place to go. Chad Little just barely gets by. Look at all these cars get by now. Luckily, Benson goes to the grass, Stewart goes to the outside, and leaves the middle open for all these cars. Miraculous, though, that these cars, as close as they were, did not become involved. Here's another look at it. You see Benson just gets car loose. When he corrects it, he goes up, smacks the wall, and watch. Tony Stewart, heavy contact right in the right front wheel. And boy, Chad Little was very, very lucky that he was not collected in that incident. Let's check out the ride that Jerry Cope has, the State Fair onboard camera. Okay, let me hit the gas and get by this quickly. You see how, I mean, these cars are traveling at 160, 70 miles per hour as they come off the corner. If something happens in front of you, there's nothing you can do. You can see Cope, all he was able to do was back off the throttle, and when he saw it was clear, get back on the throttle.
Down to John Kernan.
And Ernie Irvin has decided to come in and pit. They were near the back of the field from where they started. They will make a chassis adjustment in the right rear, trying to loosen the car just a little bit. It'll be a 4-tire change. Also, they'll get fuel, so it will put them somewhat out of sync with the other guys in front. Other drivers, Ernie is down and away. Other drivers come onto pit road. Kenny Irwin Jr., Kenny Wallace and Buckshot Jones now to Bill Weber.
Well, Dale Jarrett has told his crew chief, Todd Parrott, that in the early laps of the race, the car was very, very loose. It was okay on entry, loose getting off the turns, but it is getting better. They talked about pitting under this caution to fix the problem. They decided to stay out when the leader stayed out because the car is getting better. They're going to try and make an air pressure adjustment, come up 1 pound on the right front tire to improve the handling of Dale Jarrett's Ford.
To say the car was loose in the early going of this race is a bit of an understatement, Benny. Here's what happened to him earlier.
Yes, just the first couple laps. Watch, Kenny Irwin is right behind him, and he goes up. And when the car gets that close, you get some of the air off that rear spoiler loose on that downforce, and you saw Jarrett's car almost spin out. He did a great job, and you got to move up the racetrack to catch that car. But there's cars all around him.
And we hope you're enjoying our telecast today in stereo, and we'll be back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Sorry, Ray, I took this. Mine didn't have the starting spot. So all these guys stopping, if it was real questionable on fuel, might be able to make it on just 3 more stops. Those cars down for a slow start, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Get ready. Green, green, green. To the right only.
We are back under green at Las Vegas Motor Speedway after a 3-lap caution period because of the incident involving Johnny Benson and Tony Stewart. You can see that Bobby Labonte continues to lead this race. Jeremy Mayfield has gone to second. Michael Waltrip in the 3rd position.
Last lap, Jeremy Mayfield, the only driver able to run over 162 miles per hour. All the other cars in the 161 range. See Ward Burke still trying to go forward. The black and yellow number 22. There we see the first 15 cars probably all in the single file.
One of the drivers in the incident that caused the first yellow, Tony Stewart. He's with Jerry.
Heavy damage on the Home Depot Pontiac to this 27-year-old rookie driver. And Tony, it looked like you were a victim out there.
Yeah, not much of a place to go, really. I mean, it's a shame because this car was really good in happy hour yesterday, and the guys, Greg and all the guys, give me a great car. I mean, Home Depot Pontiac was going to be something I think we could have taken to the front today, but just some not very smart things happening early in the race out there.
Assess the damage. How bad is it?
Oh, it's tore up pretty good right now. I mean, we're going to have a pretty good yard sale at Joe Gibbs' shop tomorrow, I'm sure.
A lot of very despondent Tony Stewart.
It's a battle for 21st position. That's Brett Bodine in the 11 car and Ricky Craven on the outside. And Craven had a very good qualifying effort.
Started in 6th spot.
And a change of leader as Jeremy Mayfield sneaks to the inside of Bobby Labonte and comes off the 4th corner, and he's going to lead lap number 17.
Jeremy Mayfield ran awfully well here last year. And look at this. There is Skinner in the middle. The $1 million guy going for $1 million bucks. 3 abreast.
2 guys there. 3 guys going for the $1 million. Irvin in the 28. There's Gordon in the 24 and Skinner in the 31. All of those drivers are eligible for the $1 million bonus here this afternoon.
That's a battle for about the 5th, 6th, 7th spot. Burton. When the guys come down to block that move, they just keep going right down on the apron of the racetrack. You would think would upset the racetrack, but so far I've seen no evidence of it.
Well, in qualifying, we saw the guys dive off of corner number 4 and put all 4 wheels below the white line, go into the apron to complete their qualifying run, and they're doing the same thing here this afternoon. Let's take a look. Looked like Kenny Irwin was a little loose coming off the corner and almost got up into Skinner.
Yes, but then as they start coming down the racetrack, he has no place to go, so he just drives the car on the apron of the racetrack, and the car continues straight.
On board with Mike Skinner, there is Irwin on the outside of him.
Mike Skinner losing some positions.
He's now back to 9th, Irwin in 8th.
Skinner started in the 5th spot.
Jeff Burton and John Andretti doing wheel-to-wheel combat, as up front it continues to be Jeremy Mayfield leading Bobby Labonte by about 0.3 of a second. Jerry Punch is with Johnny Benson.
Johnny, unfortunately, you're a part of the first caution flag today. What happened?
That run on the outside, it was pretty good, actually, and I got loose a little bit off forward. I think I got too high, and when I got too high, I ran out of racetrack, hit the wall, and spun. So, kind of bad deal. But the Churros Taurus running pretty good, just a little early on, I guess.
Can you get back out?
Yeah, but it broke the frame on the left front pretty hard, so we're going to weld it and see what happens and just get back out for some points. But guys doing a tremendous job trying to get back together, but it's not looking good at the moment.
They're working feverishly back behind Johnny Benson, but one of the 5 Roush cars already having a rough day.
Great racing here. 3rd on back. We're seeing Joe Nemechek there in the 42 car. On back of him, a mad scramble for position.
Michael Walton, the Phillips Chrysler car, starting outside pole. Running that Winston No Bull Million is now falling back to, that's about it for the 6th spot.
And you can see there the drivers eligible for the $1 million bonus and where they're running right now. Jeff Gordon is currently 7th. Kenny Irwin runs in 8th position. Mike Skinner in 10th. And Dale Earnhardt, who started back in 38th position, has made some great strides, now running 22nd.
You know, Kenny Irwin likes that apron on the front stretch, doesn't he? That's a couple times we've seen him down there trying to pass cars.
And you know, one thing, Benny, last year that we didn't see a great deal of, everybody seemed to want to run on the bottom of the racetrack, but that's not the case even at this point of the race in 1999.
Even in happy hour yesterday afternoon, I saw cars running around the top of the racetrack, the same place that right now Michael Waltrip is running. And if there's anybody here that will run the top of the racetrack, it will be Michael Waltrip. He just seems to love the top side.
Right now, he's getting a challenge from the 28 car driven by Kenny Irwin. Irwin slides to the inside, trying to pick up that position. Jeff Gordon is down on the bottom of both the 31 and the 22 cars. And now Irwin and Michael Waltrip are side by side, and Irwin picks up that 6th position momentarily.
And here comes Michael trying to get back, but Irwin goes up the racetrack. Now Michael's extremely high, about the spot that Johnny Benson was just a few left going to track.
2 car has put on a great performance here in the first 24 laps. Ward Burton up to 7th position. There he is.
And started in 30th.
Yep. You can see how he moved from 21st to the 7th position at the end of 24 laps. Now Jeff Gordon goes to the inside of Michael Waltrip, and Michael begins now to lose more positions.
They're all using that apron. The groove, the preferred line down the front straightaway, the cars will come off turn 4 right against the wall, and they'll go straight down the start and finish line, and they'll actually tip the apron with their left front. So if someone's trying to pass you, go down there and they just drive on the apron of the racetrack. We've seen that happen a few times as Elliott decided he would not go in 3 abreast as Jeff Burton is on the inside of Mike Skinner. And there's John Andretti, the STP car, up in about 10th spot.
Indeed, Andretti has taken the 10th position. Started back in 15th position. On board now with Mark Martin, the defending champion of the Las Vegas 400. And of course, he's the most recent winner in NASCAR Winston Cup competition, having taken the checkered flag 2 weeks ago at Rockingham.
Mark started lucky 13th, but right now he is currently 15th, so he's falling back from the starting spot a couple of positions.
Up ahead of him, the 16 of Kevin LePage on the left and the 94 of Bill Elliott on the right as they battle for the 13th position. From high overhead, you can see how wide this racetrack is. A lot of racing room out there. These overhead shots courtesy of the Pennzoil Copter Cam, which will continue to fly over Las Vegas Motor Speedway all during the afternoon, bringing you the shots. Here is Bobby Labonte reassuming command of this race, and he will go to the front of lap 28.
Looks like the 12 and 18. The 18 of Bobby Labonte, the green car. The blue and white number 12 of Jeremy Mayfield cars very, very equal in speed.
Last lap, though, the fastest car out there was Terry Labonte, who's running in 3rd position. He ran a lap of 158.8, whereas the leader of the race was at 157.9. It's Labonte, Mayfield, Labonte, Nemechek, and Wally Dallenbach, the top 5.
Kevin Clark will have a heart attack.
He will. He'll have to buy us dinner tonight if he wins. Where was he last
60.
night? 60? Good grief.
Where is McKay? Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Okay.
Thank you.
Terry's still quick, isn't he?
Yes. Yep. Wow, Ward is taking 4th spot. Man, oh man.
Yeah. It's the only place in the country that you can legally bet on.
Yeah. And another change of lead. Thank you. Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and a great battle up front. Bobby Labonte, Jeremy Mayfield battling for that lead, but suddenly Terry Labonte becomes a factor.
When you talk about NASCAR and constantly changing the rules, trying to come up with scores to make the cars equal, a Pontiac is leading the 42nd, and a Chevrolet is third.
Certainly in the early going of this race, we have seen a lot more racing already than we did the entire race last year. Well, for a taste of the race, let's go on board and check out the telemetry from Bobby Labonte's car, courtesy of the State Fair Corn Dogs people.
All right, this is Labonte as he goes down the back stretch up to 8,600 RPMs. Watch as he touches the brakes. That indicator, the bar indicator, tells you how hard he's on the brakes. At Martinsville, that would go all the way across. We saw here that Labonte just barely laid his foot on the brakes. Doesn't use a lot of effort. We see the cars right down to the inside line. We go down to turn one. We see 8,700 RPMs there. And once again, very little brake around this Las Vegas Speedway.
Jerry Punch, looks like that 18 car is handling pretty good.
Well, Bob, it is, but Bobby Labonte has said when the race began they were loose, and now the car has gotten looser and looser, and said it's loose all the way around the racetrack. But he's one of a number of drivers that are having the same problem. A lot of guys behind him. We've seen Michael Waltrip already fade as his car is loose. Mark Martin's car, number 6, also complaining that the cars are very loose. You wonder why, or how can these guys miss the setup so far? Well, the weather forecast for today was for cloudy, cold, and very, very overcast. They missed it on all 3 counts.
Indeed they have. Terry Labonte has just taken second position away from Jeremy Mayfield. We've been watching Terry for the last few laps. He has been consistently faster than everybody else, but really the story of the race so far in the first 36 laps has been Ward Burton, who is now in 4th position. And if you were in Las Vegas last night and looked at the boards, you saw that he was 60-1 odds.
After dinner last night, Bob and I walked over to the sports book and checked out the odds on some of the drivers, and Ward Burton, 60-1. And Jeff Gordon, the DuPont Chevrolet, losing spots. And look at Ernie Irvin. Irvin is up to 14th spot after starting back in 40th position. And as a matter of fact, made a pit stop and started even farther back than that.
More from John Kernan.
Before the race, I went up to talk to Ernie Irvin and wish him well, and he said, "You don't want to interview me right now, dude." He says, "We've been running like junk. We start 40th, had to take a provisional." Remember, that first caution, the only caution so far is Terry Labonte. Looks like he's making a bid for the lead on the 18 car, his little brother Bobby. Ernie came in, they made a chassis adjustment, took 4 tires under the first caution, and he has been like a rocket ship, motoring his way toward the front, the 14th position now, fighting Kevin LePage for the 13th spot.
So Terry Labonte has indeed taken the lead away from Bobby Labonte, and last year Terry was the only non-Ford driver other than Dale Earnhardt in the top 15. Look at this on-track AutoZone interval report on Ward Burton and how he has closed up on the leaders.
And we see that Burton is running almost exactly the same speed every lap, 34.1. 4 of the 5 laps were 34.1 seconds. The other lap, a 34.2. And we see Jeremy Mayfield going by Bobby Labonte to take over the second spot. That's Jeremy in the 12, the blue and white car. And here comes Ward Burton getting closer and closer in that Kent car.
Looks like that the rule changes that NASCAR mandated for the Atlanta race, the last one of last year, to even up the competition is definitely working. Now it is the number 12 car who is running in 3rd position. Bobby Labonte is 2nd. Terry Labonte is the leader of the race. Ward Burton is 4th, and Kenny Irwin is running in 5th position.
What happened? I thought Jeremy passed Bobby Labonte. I turned my head and look what happened.
Retook it, and Ward Burton down on the bottom of the racetrack is closing up on this lead trio.
And the last lap by the start-finish line, the 28 car, Kenny Irwin, had the fastest lap of the first 6 cars. Watch all these cars as they're going in the corner and drifting up the racetrack. And I'm sure that the 18 and 12 car are loose. They're going in the corner and have to chase the car up the racetrack and use all the banking to slow down so they can turn the car to go back the other direction. Ward Burton doesn't seem to be having that problem. Watch the 12 car drift up the racetrack. 18. Again, that's to use that banking to slow down and so turn back into the other direction.
Ward Burton did not have a bad race here last year. He started third and finished 18th, leading 5 laps. And he now is taking or trying to take away the third position, and does, from Jeremy Mayfield.
Kenny Irwin, the Texaco car, getting closer and closer. Here comes Jeff Burton trying to get Bob Dallenbach about in the 8th position. Bill Elliott, a great run today for Elliott, McDonald's car.
Ward Burton had a fast car during happy hour last night. Now Elliott looks to the inside of Wally Dallenbach as the 25 car slides up the track a little bit. And Elliott takes that position. Here's a Napa field summary for you, showing the points as of now.
What happened to Skinner? Oh, she was back to 6th spot. Now then, we have the 10 cars surrounded with other cars. We'll see how they handle in front and behind cars. He's been having the racetrack all to himself. As he's gotten closer to the front, he can't have that luxury.
Bill has more on Kenny Irwin, who's doing an outstanding job in 5th and closing in.
Certainly is, Bob, and the reason he was fastest on the track a couple of laps ago, he was free of traffic, and he just told his crew when they asked him how that 28 car is handling, he goes, pretty good, no problems. He's trying to build momentum after a strong start to the season, and is charging forward here in Las Vegas as well, trying to reel in Jeremy Mayfield, Bobby Labonte, Ward Burton, and Terry Labonte.
Kenny Irwin finds himself in 6th place in the point standings going into this event. And our overhead shots as we follow the cars around this 1.5-mile racetrack, courtesy of the Pennzoil Copter Cam. 44 laps have been completed here. It is Terry Labonte who has the lead, but now look at Ward Burton as he is looking to the inside, and Ward may get the lead away from Terry. We'll see who leads at the line. Yes, Ward Burton has taken the lead from Terry Labonte.
You'll see Tommy Hubert, the Bradford White, number 19, started on the outside of the second row, about to be lapped by this 5 car. What a great battle for the top 5 positions.
3 wide here for 2nd position. Mayfield and Terry Labonte now make it a 2-car battle side by side as they head for turn number 3, and there goes Ward Burton around Hubert, putting him a lap down in 40th position. Burton begins to check out a little bit here as he's put a few car lengths between himself and these other 4 drivers who are having a tremendous race for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Bill Weber.
Early problems for Ricky Craven. Unscheduled stop with 46 laps on the board. They've changed the tires, but the hood is up. Smoke has billowed from underneath it. So Ricky Craven could be one of the first casualties here in Las Vegas.
Well, he has finished 22nd or worst in the last 5 races. Ricky Craven trying to turn things around here this afternoon, but not having much luck here in the early going. 47 laps completed, about a 3/4 of a second lead for Ward Burton right now over Jeremy Mayfield, with Kenny Irwin, Bobby Labonte, and Terry Labonte in the top 5. Unless I go like that, I'll throw. That way we won't step on each other here. Okay, thank you.
See those Pontiacs, huh? Wow. Who's that just leaving the pit stop?
Yeah.
Ricky Craven.
To the ABC what? Okay. Oh, to next Sunday. Oh, okay.
Hey, what? John Andretti ain't no slouch, is he? Once again, Jamie, that was really a terrific opening.
Yeah, this is good so far.
It wasn't. If it was for 6th instead of 16th, it'd be a lot better.
Okay.
about Ernie? Up to 9th spot trying to take over 8th.
Yep.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. Bum. There he goes. He waves to Bill, say thank you. Jeff Burton's caught Terry Labonte.
Proud to be here with you for the NASCAR race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway next Sunday. We'll be in Atlanta for the Cracker Barrel 500. Bobby Labonte won the race last year. This is the 4th race of the young season, and we hope you'll join us live next Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time here on ABC. On the racetrack, Ward Burton has now separated himself by more than 1 1/3 seconds from Jeremy Mayfield. So Burton has definitely been the star of the race so far in the first 52 laps. Now an update on Ricky Craven. Here's Bill Weber.
The problem for Ricky Craven is the power steering pump has broken, so they've gone behind the wall. They're going to try and fix that and get him back out to get some points, but a costly problem for Ricky Craven early here at Las Vegas.
Benny, John Andretti is a driver we have watched move up through the field very, very nicely. He's now up to 4th, having taken the position from Kenny Irwin just a few moments ago.
And he started back to the 15th spot. Bob, I think what we're seeing right now, the Pontiacs are just marching to the front. Ward Burton, Bobby Labonte, and John Andretti. 3 of the first 4 cars. Pontiac Grand Prix.
Yeah, the spotters.
Jeff Burton is trying to get by Kenny Irwin, take over the spot he's gotten by Terry Labonte. The Kellogg car was leading the race just a few minutes ago, and now he's falling back to 4 seconds behind Ward Burton.
Okay, Kenny, just hang on to her. Nice smooth laps. We're going to be pit between 5 and 7 laps.
That's Doug Richard, the crew chief for Kenny Irwin. 5 or 6 laps.
So he will pit closer to the 60-lap mark than the 70. Our pit window was somewhere between 60 and 70.
Down in the left rear.
Is he a round in or a pound in?
John Andretti takes a position away from Bobby Labonte, so put Andretti up to 3rd. Again, we're getting very close to that pit window here. Only had 1 caution so far. Johnny Benson and Tony Stewart crashed here in the Tri-Oval. And both of those cars are behind the wall. And again, taste of the race telemetry on board with Bobby Labonte, courtesy of State Fair.
Down the front stretch into turn 1, 186 miles per hour. Touch the brake a little bit. And they finally get off the brake. Following John Andretti, we'll see what kind of speed. He should be running a little bit about the same speed down the backstretch. We saw 186 a few moments ago, only 181. The front stretch is longer than the backstretch. That's why you'll see more speed.
And here's Ward Burton spinning. It looked like he was trying to come into the pits, and he was too fast. He hit the brakes and spun. Oh, what a disaster for the leader, Ward Burton.
And you know that NASCAR will probably penalize him and hold him 15 seconds for speeding on pit road. Never see the crew is ready. Jerry Punch.
Manny, they just reminded him 45 miles an hour. He was trying to get on the pit road, and that tells you exactly what happens to the tires here at the end of a run. The tires are really giving up. That's what they're supposed to do now. Left side tires going on the Caterpillar Pontiac from 30th to the front in less than 50 laps. A great story for Ward Burton. Left side tires on, no adjustments. He's down and away.
A great 17-second pit stop, Benny, but that really doesn't tell the story.
And NASCAR did not hold him, so I guess he actually did all his speeding before he got to pit road.
Jerry Nadeau coming in there in the purple car. Here is Jeremy Mayfield coming in for his first scheduled pit stop of the afternoon. He slides to a stop, and the crew goes to work on the right side of the car.
Power changers taking off 5 lug nuts on each wheel. Then they go around to the left side. Lug nuts coming off, jack going up.
And as Mayfield continues his pit stop, Jeff Gordon is in, Jerry.
Looks to be routine so far, Bob. Right side tires are on, left side tires going on. The defending Western Cup champ. No major changes. He's down and away in less than 18.5 seconds.
Several cars are making pit stops. Here comes Ken Schrader out of the pits. Also David Green there in the 41 car. Let's take a look again at what happened to Ward Burton as he decided it was time for a pit stop.
He comes off turn 4. He's trying to make up all the speed he possibly can. And it looks like he decided too late to make a pit, an entrance to the pits. Around he goes. He's not speeding on pit road, Bob, because he's in the grass.
That's right. He's off pit road. Well, he finally made it in and had a tremendous pit stop, but he certainly lost a lot of track positions out there.
There he is trying to get by Mike Skinner.
And with the fresh tires, he does go by Mike Skinner, who's in 14th position. Michael Waltrip is coming in, Doc.
45 miles an hour for the Phillips Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Now, Bobby Kennedy, the crew chief, said Michael had complained the car was very, very loose. Remember, they had commented about the weather being cold today, and it is not. They put the big handle in the rear of the car to make a track bar adjustment on the car and try to tighten it up a little bit. Now, left side tires going out. Michael Waltrip, 14 years of competition, yet to get that first Winston Cup win. As the race car today, needs to dial it in a little more. He is down and away. And Rusty Wallace on pit road in front of John Kernan.
Rusty will get his first scheduled service of the day, a full tire change, no adjustments, just some air pressure, no chassis adjustment, just air pressure adjustment, trying to free the car just a little bit too tight. Second can of fuel going on, left side tires, clean the front wheel, Rusty's down and away, a good stop.
Mark Martin is also making his way down pit road, as is Wally Dallenbach. Dale Jarrett also on pit road. 97 of Chad Little has completed his stop. He's pulling out. We'll watch Mark Martin as he finds his pit stall and slides to a stop in his pit box.
Boy, those guys are quick, aren't they?
They practice and practice and practice, and it certainly shows on race day.
This is an incredible stop. So far, it is just perfect. 17 seconds flat.
Dale Jarrett is on pit road. He's got 4 tires, and he moves away after a routine stop. Now his teammate, Kenny Irwin, also heading down pit road. Jerry Punch.
Pole center, Bobby Labonte gets a track bar adjustment to the left rear of the car to try to tighten him up. The Josie and interstate batteries through. Having a great stop so far. A little bit of fun with the left front. Now he's off the jacket away. Back to Bill.
Routine stop continues for Kenny Irwin. They made an air pressure adjustment to try and correct the handle just a little bit. John Andretti tiptoeing down pit road. Kenny Irwin is away. Good pit for his crew. Now John Andretti on pit road. Pit road speed 4,200 RPM. He's going to have to dodge tires in a car. Almost hit a loose tire on pit road. Able to negotiate as it pulls to a stop. Has to make sure he's inside the line. The right-hand boundary on the pit stall is the yellow line on pit road. Right side tires are on. Quickly they whip around to the left side of the car. Jack goes underneath. New tires going on. The STP Pontiac sitting there. The fuel is in. Andretti waving out. He's away.
18.4 second pit stop for John Andretti. You can see Terry Labonte at the top of your screen also completing work in the pits and coming back out onto the racetrack. During that sequence of pit stop, Mike Skinner also is on pit road. Bill Weber.
Mike Skinner will bring the car to the attention of crew chief Larry McReynolds. They have been quietly coaching Skinner throughout the afternoon here. Now his car has been tight in the middle of the turns, then gets very loose when he gets back on the gas. They make a major track bar adjustment. Both sides of the car, a little wedge on the left-hand side. Clean the windshield so Skinner can see. There were some reports of oil in turn 4. Took a little longer on the left rear. Very punch.
Joe Nemechek's Bell South Chevrolet sitting on pit road for his first scheduled stop. Made a slight adjustment in the chassis, trying to tighten him up. They will change right side tires already on. Now left side tires. Thus far a flawless pit stop. Right side on Earnhardt's car as Nemechek's down and away. Left side tires on Earnhardt's Goodrich Chevrolet. He is down and away trying to come back down pit road. at 45 miles per hour.
Looks like they had a little bit of trouble there on the left front with Dale Earnhardt.
Looked that way. Never seen Joe Nemechek, his Bellstown car, finished second yesterday in the NASCAR Busch Series race, the Samstown 300. We saw a little puff of smoke as he was shifting gears. And never see Earnhardt going down pit road. John Kernan.
Benny, you should have seen Dale Earnhardt waiting to leave pit road. Problems with the left front lug nuts. They had a problem with the left front. Getting the lug nuts on. One of them apparently fell off. So the tire changer had to pick it up, put it on the lug stud, and then hit it with the gun. So they lost several seconds sitting here on pit road. And man, you should have seen Earnhardt banging the steering wheel while he was sitting there waiting for them to drop the jack.
Right now, the 36 car, Ernie Irvan is shown as the leader of the race. And he stopped earlier, but now here he comes. That'll give the lead to Sterling Marlin. Here's John Kernan once again.
Most of the field going through their first scheduled pit stops up today, but for Ernie Irvan, this is his second pit stop, and he came out near the rear of the field, but last time worked his way all the way up into the top 10. They will make a chassis adjustment, a slight one on the right rear car, just a tad bit tight. Left side tires going off. So far, it looks like a great pit stop by Ernie's crew. Lug nuts tight, a little problem on the left rear, but finally Ernie gets away.
There are a couple of other cars that pitted earlier and are still out there and are shown at the top of the scoring chart. However, when those guys make their stop, and they will need one before long, it's going to be Ward Burton who is going to assume the lead once again.
Here's what happened to Ward Burton. And Bob, I'm not too sure. See, he's supposed to be down between the two yellow lines. And here he is, decided too late to make a pit stop. I'm not too sure that he didn't make up time. Because 45 miles per hour is as fast as you can go there. And he did not have to stop, turn the car. He was going straight ahead when he stopped. He put it in gear and went directly to his pits.
That's a very good point. In any case, right now it's Sterling Marlin, Steve Grissom. First and second here at the Las Vegas 470 laps completed. We'll be back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Okay, 40 cars in, so Ward's back in the lead.
All right. Okay. Okay.
22 is about to lap Earnhardt.
Well, I was wrong because we showed Ernie Irvan in third, and he, of course, had just made a pit stop. I know that's the way your scoring monitor showed it, but it was incorrect.
Ward Burton's going somewhere, ain't he?
I'm telling you. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
No, he hadn't, because his pits before he gets to the start-finish line deal.
Okay. The Diamond in the Desert, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and the Las Vegas 400 underway. Pennzoil Copter Cam providing these overhead shots for you. 75 laps completed, and Ward Burton is back at the top of the chart. Ward Burton now has about a 1.6 second lead over Jeremy Mayfield. Everybody has pitted at least once, some twice. And Ward Burton now runs third, followed by Bobby Labonte, Kenny Irwin, Mark Martin, Bill Elliott, John Andretti, Jeff Gordon, and Wally Dallenbach.
We'll see Pontiacs and Fords in the first 7 spots, first 8 spots, I'm sorry. Then the Hendrick teammates of Gordon and Dallenbach in 9th and 10th.
There are 28 cars on the lead lap as Ward Burton continues to set the pace. Here he is crossing the finish line and completing lap number 77. That lap at 159.6 miles an hour. The fastest, however, on the track at the moment is the number 6 car of Mark Martin, who ran over 160. Jerry is with Tommy Baldwin, the crew chief on this car.
Tommy, was that the Joey Chitwood entry on the pit road? What was that about?
Well, he came over the radio after and he said it'd probably be faster to slide through the glass than pit road speed down the asphalt, so we wanted to give it a try. But no, he just came in a little bit too fast in the Caterpillar Pontiac, and we got a good stop, 17:30 stop, put him back out in the lead. Car's a little loose right now with this set of tires, so we're going to tighten up a little bit next stop.
Do you guys have any idea yesterday in the final practice that you would be this good today from 30th to the front in less than 50 laps?
Well, we figured we were going to be top 15 car, but we made a couple changes this morning that really helped it in the center of the corner and helped it turn a lot. I think we're in pretty good shape today.
Hey, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Tommy Baldwin says the car is still a little bit loose, guys. I hate to see what happens when they get it dialed in perfectly.
That's for sure. About a 2-second lead now over Jeremy Mayfield.
One time Jeremy Mayfield was a little bit faster. As a matter of fact, he gained almost 0.2 of a second on Ward Burton.
Bobby Hamilton has tire problems, John.
Yeah, Bobby apparently ran over something. It looks like the valve stem's still in place, but the left rear tire completely flat. In fact, about ready to come apart. They have to lift the car up. Apparently some contact maybe with one of the other cars after might have cut the sidewall on the tire. They have to change all 4 tires. Hamilton is down and away. I'll take a look at the tire and see if I can figure out what happened to it.
Bobby Hamilton is shown as 2 laps down, currently in 37th position, and he has to maintain that 45-mile speed limit coming down. Battle for second position. Jeff Burton goes to the inside of Jeremy Mayfield, picks up second, and now we have the Burton brothers running first and second. Ward is the leader.
And this 99 car, the Exide car, in practice and happy hour yesterday afternoon, I keep repeating it, but he was clearly the fastest car in that session.
Jeff Burton led 228 laps at Rockingham, is now the lap leader in 1999 NASCAR Winston Cup competition. There is Bobby Labonte, who is running in 4th at the moment. He was our pole sitter and will be the driver who is paid $15,200 in 76 challenge bonus money if he can win the race from the pole position. There's Mark Martin, who's running 5th, about 5 1/4 seconds behind the leader, Ward Burton.
And he's just a little bit faster than his teammate last time. He is getting closer and closer. He's 5 seconds now behind, a little over 5 seconds. Let's check it out in a 2 or 3 laps and see he's getting closer and closer to the leader.
4.99 seconds officially behind.
Oh, he's slipped a little bit down in the corner. That'll hurt his speed somewhat.
Another taste of the race telemetry report for you from the people at State Fair, and Mark Martin on board with his statistics.
We saw 8,800 RPMs down the back stretch. We should see more down the front stretch because this is a longer straightaway. Let's see. 79, 82, 4, 5, 89, 9,000. Just a second. 9,000 RPMs down the front stretch from Mark Martin. So obviously has a little more gear in the back of his car than does Bobby Labonte, the car we saw in front, because the most RPM we saw in Labonte's car, they were 8,800 RPMs.
The Ford Taurus, of course, is the standard for Ford competition, and it was a Ford that won here last year, and it was the first victory for the Ford Taurus. Mark Martin driving it to victory. On board now with Bobby Labonte as we look back to Mark. taste of the race going to our State Fair telemetry.
We saw a moment ago Mark Martin down the back there turning 8,800 RPM. They're 8,600 RPM for Bobby Labonte. That's just about a tenth of a point in gear ratio. In other words, Mark Martin may have a 3.50 and Bobby Labonte will have a 3.40, and that would be the difference in RPM. That was still 8,800 RPMs. And on the brakes a little bit.
They're averaging about 158, 157, but their top speed, as you can see, exceeds 180 miles an hour, or gets to just about 180. 181, then backing off. Ward Burton has Jeff Burton right behind him, but he's lapping the 23 car of Jimmy Spencer, who's running in 26 spots. So there are 25 cars now on the lead lap. In 25th position is the number 55 machine of Kenny Wallace.
Right now, Ward Burton's car is not quite as good as it was earlier. As we see his brother driven up on the outside, trying to take the lead. Jimmy Spencer in the 23 car, the red and white car, trying desperately to stay on the lead lap, stay in front of these cars. If the car were to come out, he would be able to go all the way around the racetrack. So now, Ward Burton once again trying to get by Spencer, but Spencer will come back on the outside if it's humanly possible. He can't do it.
Jimmy goes a lap down. Ward bobbled right about here last lap. And he does it again.
Does it again. So this car's getting a little bit loose right in the middle of the corner. We heard Tommy Baldwin tell Jerry Punch they did something to make the car turn a little bit better in the middle of the corner. And right now it might be turning a little bit too good.
So Ward trying to fend off the challenge of his brother Jeff Burton at the moment, as Jeremy Mayfield, Bobby Labonte, and Mark Martin are your top 5. 130,000 people on hand here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Las Vegas 400. We'll be right back.
Don't work on that.
Hey, Benny.
Yeah.
Great pickup on what Tommy Baldwin said about Ward being loose, and what Ward just said a moment ago is trying to get by Spencer. Spencer made him heat his tires up, and it made him even looser. And that's why the car just went away all of a sudden.
How did he come down pit road, spin, get 4 tires, and get back out in the lead?
He was faster down
because
spinning,
he came in so hot, Bill. It was unbelievable.
You need to back that up and show that if you have that. And time. And
we talked about it a couple of times.
It?
Yeah, he picked up speed on the grass.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I heard Benny say that part.
And here's Tony Stewart back out, guys.
Okay, a lot of guys down here screaming about it, just so you know.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah. Okay, then you have a graphic as to where they're running right now. Thank you.
What a beautiful day in the valley, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Kenny Irwin going by both, Martin? Wow.
And Jeff is just about to take the lead away. Five drivers going for $1 million here this afternoon. Mike Skinner, Kenny Irwin, Michael Waltrip, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon. If one of those drivers can win here this afternoon, he'll get an extra $1 million. And here's how they're running right now. Kenny Irwin is the best in 5th position. Gordon is 9th, Skinner 16th, Michael Waltrip 23rd, and Dale Earnhardt is running in 24th position. Jeff Burton has gone to the front. He passed his brother Ward a few laps ago and now begins to pull away just a little bit. As you can see, Kenny Wallace has lost a lap, and here's how Jeff got the lead from Ward.
Coming off turn 2. Right now, Jeff Burton is just outrunning Ward down in turn 1 and 2 badly. He was able to get on the outside. Now, Ward is able to run about as well as Jeff up in 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 where Jeff Burton in the Exide car has a tremendous advantage.
Jeff was best in happy hour last night. Ward was second, and that's how they run right now with 94 out of 267 laps completed in the Las Vegas 400. For you Tony Stewart fans, he has returned to the racetrack. We have 2 cars that are off the track at the moment, only 2. Those would be Ricky Craven and Johnny Benson. Everybody else is still running. Tony Stewart is 81 laps down. It took him that long to get the repairs made after the contact with Johnny Benson. There's the 12th car of Jeremy Mayfield. He's running in 3rd position, about 2 3/4 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Burton.
The last lap by, Jeff Burton, the leader, was the fastest car.
Here's a 4th place car of Mark Martin, closely pursued by the 5th place car of Kenny Irwin. And once again, Kenny's having a good run.
Both these cars able to get by Bobby Labonte in the Interstate Batteries Pontiac and then driven away from him in the last couple of laps. This is the battle going on for a full spot, about 5 seconds behind the leader, Jeff Burton.
And there is Bobby Labonte, the pole sitter for today's race, back in 6th position, about 6.5 seconds behind. And as we continue to check out the top 10 for you, there's the 94 car of Bill Elliott. And after the field summary, we'll show you the manufacturer's points battle going on.
So far, it's been a great day for the Pontiacs.
Here's how the Fords are running.
But now it's a great day for the Fords because right now we have 4 in the top 5 position in the Ford Taurus.
There's the 46 car of Ernie Irvin running in the 8th spot. John Andretti's behind him in 9th. And one of the no bull contenders is about to go a lap down. Dale Earnhardt running 24th as Jeff Burton sneaks up on him. He's going down the backstretch. He's going to try to, but be unsuccessful in his attempt to put Dale a lap down.
You know that Earnhardt is going to fight just as hard as he can to stay on that lead lap.
John Kernan has a report on Dale Earnhardt.
And that's exactly what his car owner, Richard Childress, has told him. He said, Dale, turn it up, do what you can do to keep that 99 car behind you because he's just a little bit better than us right now. In fact, Earnhardt's spotter was watching the line that Jeff Burton was running out on the racetrack and trying to translate that to Dale Earnhardt so he could try that same line to see if it would work for him. So it would be interesting to see if Earnhardt can hold off the challenge of Jeff Burton, who's just a little bit quicker right now.
Encouraging Jeff Burton to continue running the pace he's running. They figure he's about a 10th faster than everybody else right now. His last 3 laps, a 33.90, a 33.97, a 33.87, then a 34 flat. They're telling him to be smooth, and his crew chief Frank Stoddard has told him, the smoother you are, the better it is for your fuel mileage. One topic of discussion between driver and crew chief is how Jeff's brother Ward did what he did during that last pit stop and still came out the leader.
Well, he did it by sliding through the grass and actually going faster than the pit speed of 45 miles an hour, but his slide was in the grass and not on pit road. And Earnhardt is just trying everything he can to stay on the lead lap.
And Jeff Burton was running around 159 mile per hour average before he caught Earnhardt. The last time by, his average was 154.69. So this is really slowing him down as he tries to get by Earnhardt. But Earnhardt just doesn't want to lay over and play dead because it's $1 million if he can stay in the lead lap and win this thing on the last lap. And here comes Ward.
The caution is out, we understand. That's why Ward Burton is sneaking up on Jeff Burton, and Dale Earnhardt will not go a lap down, but Ward Burton crossed the line first as the yellow comes out.
How about Earnhardt? That tenacity that Earnhardt had saved him from going a lap down.
The caution is for debris on the racetrack, and there it is. And it's our second caution of the afternoon. It comes out on lap number 102, and the debris has actually, I think, been hit by a car as it went by, so they may have to look for it. In any case, the pace car has come out, and now the field will bunch up behind it.
And we'll see a scramble once again in the pits, because every car will now take an advantage of this caution flag to make a pit stop. Now it's up to the crews to see what they can do as far as track position. What can they get Jeff Burton out in front of Ward? Can Ward stay in front? How about Jeremy Mayfield? Can he pass both of them in the pits?
The pits are open. You can see that guy there on the right waving the green flag. 24 cars will undoubtedly come in because they are on the lead lap. The cars on the lead lap are eligible now to come in for the pit stop. Watch everybody come down again at 45 miles an hour or under. Long string of cars as each of them head for their respective pit boxes. Ward Burton, the first to arrive on the top of our triple split, down to Jerry Punch.
A Pontiac on top, a Ford in the middle and on the bottom. Ward Burton's pit stop at the top of your screen. Caterpillar crew, left side of the car now. They'll make an adjustment on the pin arm bar, an air pressure adjustment, trying to tighten the car up. Work that in front of you, however.
The stops continue for Mayfield and Burton. They have made a chassis adjustment for Jeff Burton and also taken 1 pound out of the right front. Mayfield is away. They drop the 99. He's got a clear path in front of him. He beats out the 6 next to the 18, and the rest of the field follows him down pit road.
Boy, it is a mad scramble.
The scramble is to get that white line right on the end of pit road. That's how they line the cars up, the cars that win the race to that white line. There's Bobby Lamont, the interstate car, Bill Elliott, and there we see Jeff Burton. Looks like he might have lost some spots on that. We'll have to check it out when they come by the next time.
Track crew is out there looking for the debris that has caused this caution. So while we have the opportunity, we'll take a break and come back with more in just a moment of our live coverage here on ABC of the Las Vegas 400. Good point.
Lynn, tap that window over there.
Yeah. Got it. Yep.
You can do a truck promo. Greg Biffle's next door. I can talk about him being next door. It don't matter when you do it. I'll still talk about it being next door.
That's right. Yeah, it was getting there, wasn't it? Yep.
Yeah, it was. Apparently died at that car, went back to 4th.
Yeah, he had a 19.
Yeah. Still ain't quite figured out the combination, have they? 2 weeks.
Okay.
Is Jeffrey Bodine 11th?
That's what it says. Rusty's doing okay.
We'll probably get about 5 of those spots.
Thank you for the net return. In the championship game. Back at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where 106 laps have been completed, still under caution here in the Las Vegas 400. The most recent round of pit stops show that Ward Burton got in first and out first in our Coke pit summary. Jeff Burton lost 2 positions. His pit stop was about 2 seconds slower than Ward's.
Yes, and Kenny Irwin lost a spot. Let's go down to Jerry Punch.
Update Bobby Labonte, Interstate Batteries Pontiac pit stop. They made a track bar or Panhard bar adjustment and adjusted air pressure in 2 tires to try to loosen the car up. They had gotten it too tight in that run. That's why Bobby Labonte had slowed down. Up pit road from him, Jeff Gordon, defending Winston Cup champion. They made a wedge and tire pressure adjustment in that car to tighten his car up. It was too loose. Let's check in with Bill.
Well, the 28 team says Kenny Irwin continues to run very well. The car starts loose, then gets a little tight. They're saying tire buildup may be contributing to that. They're going to try and make an air pressure adjustment. They also told Kenny on his next pit stop, keep your foot on the brake. He rolled forward 2 inches. That slowed him up. Mark Martin had a bad stop, 18.61. They had a miscue with a tire carrier. They added 1 round of wedge. John Kernan.
Ernie Irvin, after starting way back 3 cars from the end of the field, has moved his way into the top 10, currently 9th after this round of pit stops. They made a slight air pressure adjustment. Also, they made a slight adjustment in the right rear of the chassis just to kind of loosen the car up just a little bit to free it coming off the turns.
Side-by-side battle here, Kenny Irwin and Bill Elliott. Battle for 5th position up front. It remains Ward Burton, but now Jeremy Mayfield is right behind, very close behind. We haven't talked much about Rusty Wallace, but he's doing very well. He's in 13th position right now, just behind Jeff Gordon.
Rusty started back in 37th spot. Drives down in turn 3. Jeff Gordon on the inside. That's Jeffrey Bodine, the 60 car, currently running in the 11th spot. As Gordon goes by, Rusty goes right on the outside. There's Ricky Rudd. He'll kind of impede the progress of Rusty Wallace.
Jeffrey Bodine, rival this year. Car owned by Joe Bessie.
He's been a real shock in 1999 because he has been running super both races so far, Rotterdam, Daytona, and here he is in Las Vegas, just out of the top 10.
Jeffrey started 2nd and finished 13th, leading 4 team laps last year here in Las Vegas. On board with Mark Martin now, looking back to Bill Elliott. Martin is 6th, Elliott 7th. Benny, we mentioned the fact that that caution was a real break for Dale Earnhardt. It was also a big break for Michael Waltrip, who was also standing to lose a lap, but the caution saved them.
You see Rick Mastin, Joe Nemechek. Nemechek at 42, Mastin in the 90. Here comes Michael Waltrip, the 7 car, the Phillips car. You were talking about him? Trying to work his way back to the front. He's currently back in the 25th spot, but only 6 seconds behind the leader instead of 35 seconds behind.
Jeremy Mayfield only about a car length behind Ward Burton as they go down the backstretch. That last lap, Ward Burton was the fastest of over 162.7 miles an hour.
Running with this group of cars, he's 25th, a lap down, but hanging with the leaders pretty good right now. There's Kenny Wallace, 55, the blue and yellow car, square D car. He's also a lap down, as well as Jerry Nadu, the number 9 car on the outside.
Mark 25th, Wallace 26th, and Nadu 27th in the serial. The leaders that we have had today, we've had 8 different leaders and 15 lead changes as we watch Kenny Irwin go to the inside of Jerry Nadu and clear him. Jeff Burton, Terry Labonte, John Andretti, Ernie Irvin, and Sterling Marlin have all led laps here today. The most have been led by Ward Burton, 45. Bonnie Labonte has led 25 laps. The Liverpool 5 contenders, Kenny Irwin still doing the best, running 5th. It's the only one, in fact, in the top 10 at the moment. But Gordon just outside the top 10 at 11th.
Right along with Wally Dallenbach right now, the Budweiser Chevrolet. He's back at 15th spot. Actually, back up to 18th spot now. I see the 97 car, the John Deere car, Jeff Little, in front of him.
Lost 3 positions in that last lap. Courage is there for the spot.
Earnhardt going by his teammate Skinner. And Mike Skinner qualified in the top, qualified 5th. Earnhardt took a provisional, and now Earnhardt is in front of Skinner.
Just ahead of Dale Earnhardt is a 30 car of Derek Cope, who is now in 32nd position. Here comes Skinner to the outside, coming off corner number 2.
Derek Cope looks back at Earnhardt. Earnhardt keeps that car right on the white line. Cope not able to do that. Drifts up the racetrack. Gives an opening to Earnhardt. He drives on the inside. Now Nemechek alongside Skinner. It's Nemechek to belts out. Skinner 31. Oh, and Ricky Rudd's off the pace.
Drops the car to the apron of the racetrack. Well off the pace is Ricky Rudd. You can see smoke coming from the car, Benny.
Yeah, sure can, and that's never good news or a good sight out of a race car. But there's not a lot of smoke, so maybe it isn't that bad news. We'll have to wait and see what the crew finds.
He had already lost a lap and was running back at about 31st position, but now is going to be headed for pit road. There's Mark Martin, who takes the spot away from Kenny Irwin, and Mark moves to 5th.
We got some terrible. Michael Waltrip is involved in the crash. 3 or 4 other cars. That's Steve Grissom.
Steve Grissom is involved. Also, Elliott Sadler in the 21 car. This on the backstretch on lap 118.
Oh, man.
Boy, the high hopes that Michael Waltrip had coming into this race after an outstanding qualifying performance.
Now he does now. Now he does now. Here he comes. Here he comes.
That's Terry Smith, the spotter.
You got flat. Right rear, look at it good. Right rear, look at it good. Let's just get 4 tires, quick as we can. 4 tires, quick as we can.
Down to Bill Weber.
Yeah, I might get a pit road penalty.
Well, Michael Waltrip, after the impressive 2 days here, including the great qualifying run, is forced to limp down pit road. They've got damage to the car. They're going to go ahead and put on the right side tires. The left front is flat. They're going to have to pull some sheet metal away. All in all, though, the car really doesn't look that bad. So Waltrip's going to try and, you know, get back out there. The left side is good. The right side has the damage. So they're watching the crew, the official checking the lug nuts. Meanwhile, we expect some full field of pit stops here. Now they urge Michael Waltrip to continue on down pit road.
Meanwhile, here's another round of pit stops. Hasn't been very long since they were in, but will take the opportunity as the cars on the lead lap, all 24 of them look like are going to be in. Jerry Punch.
Although Ward Burton and many of the leaders will pit now, they will still, by virtue of not getting as good a gas mileage, particularly this car here, need to pit 2 more times. Right side tires only, and Ward Burton is down and away. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Right sides only for Jeremy Mayfield. A quick stop, and he continues on his way, followed by Burton, Jeffrey Bodine, and the 99 car of Jeff Burton jumps into the mix.
And Jeremy Mayfield's guys get him back out in front. And watch Mark Martin. He's not able to get the car up to speed. Now he starts moving.
Very slow there for a while as he started to head out of his pit, but now the car seems to be working okay. But he did lose several positions before he reached that line, and that line there at the end of pit road is the determining factor as to how you line up for the restart. And Ward Burton, who was leading, will not be the leader as we go back to green. The caution coming out on lap number 118. It occurred coming off corner number 2, headed down the backstretch.
And Michael Waltrip, the 7 car, just loses control. He spins back across the racetrack, and look as he stands on the gas, and Steve Grissom comes along and pows in the side of him, lift the whole car off the ground. Meanwhile, Elliott Sadler spins down by himself, and I don't know if Elliott hit anything or not. He was heading for the inside wall when we last saw him, but and some pretty good damage to Steve Grissom's car.
A lot of front end damage to the 91. Here's another angle. You can see Michael was running a little high, maybe got up in the loose stuff.
This looks almost exactly like his spin in Daytona in the 300-mile race, the Busch Series race, when Andy Santerre.
And Mark Martin, Benny, is coming back in, so there may be a problem with that car, Bill Weber.
There's a problem with it. They're going to be able to fix it. They were going to go with 2 tires. Then they thought maybe about 4, so they took the right sides off, put the new right sides on, started to work on the left-hand side, and then Mark took off. So they had a miscommunication. They had to come back in, look at left side tires, and then send Mark Martin back out. He's going to lose a lot of track position. These guys have had disappointing pit stops the last 2 times under caution.
Very unusual for Jimmy Finning, Jack Roush, those guys to make a mistake like that. Mark Martin also in the mix.
Well, the 91 car of Steve Grissom is being removed from the backstretch grass area as the 3rd caution of the afternoon continues to wave on Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We'll be back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Hello, Mr. Biffle.
Okay.
Hey, John. Good. How are you?
How you doing?
Hi, Greg. Nice to see you. Don't hit that thing, though, man. You'll mess up our light. Care about your head. Just don't mess that light up. 2 weeks, huh?
This is a pressure-packed situation. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Did Elliott hit anything? Did Elliott hit anything?
Yeah, he hit me. Okay.
He did hit it? Oh, man.
We should check and see if 24
Okay, good. Mm-hmm.
You leaving?
Yeah.
All right, man. See you in Homestead.
Okay. See you guys later.
On Thursday.
All right.
John, thanks.
Sure.
See you later. All right. Okay.
I was going to try. I was going to try to get in Steve Grissom's sponsor that a 3-race deal with Texalease. Bob wouldn't shut up. Come on, Bob, let me talk.
The story of my life. And
Attaboy, Dean. Attaboy, Dean. Yeah, I think Elliott.
okay. Yep. Bob Jenkins, Benny Parsons, Bill Weber, John Kernan, and Dr. Jerry Punch rejoin you at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We're 122 laps into the Las Vegas 400. And we are under caution, but just about to go back to green. Here's why we're under the yellow.
Michael Waltrip, the 7th, the blue and white car, spins off turn 2. And in all that smoke, watch as he comes off turn 2. Look at the smoke. Steve Grissom, the red car, can't see what's going on. He makes contact. Elliott Saddle, the Sitco car, spins down and makes contact, I think, with the inside retaining wall.
Field now slowly down the backstretch. They have been given the 1 lap to go signal, so we should be going back to green here momentarily. John Kernan is with Ricky Rudd.
And Ricky Rudd's Ford is getting ready to be loaded onto the hauler. Ricky, what happened? Engine problems?
Yeah, you know, we've broke a valve. Not really sure exactly what happened, but it broke a valve. And it's too bad. You know, we had problems and we didn't need an engine problem on top of that. We just couldn't seem to get handling today. They made a couple of adjustments there on that last restart. We could kind of hold our own, and then it broke a valve.
You can hear the disappointment in his voice as we go back to green.
Jeremy Mayfield is the leader. Jeff Burton second. Ward Burton is third. Jeffrey Bodine running in 4th position, and Jeff Gordon is 5th.
Wow. Gordon's running in 12th spot before that pit stop. So obviously, never named the Rainbow Warriors. A great move in the pits.
There's the NASCAR Winston Cup reigning champion in the 24 car. Again, one of those 5 drivers eligible for the $1 million.
Now Jeff Gordon's making a move. Has gone by Jeffrey Bodine, take over the 4th spot. Meanwhile, Jeff Burton's trying to get his eyes on Jeremy Mayfield.
Saw who gained and lost during the pit stops in our co-pit summary. Ward Burton lost 2 positions. Jeff Burton stayed the same. Jeremy gained 2. Mark Martin from 4th to 18th really got hurt. He stopped twice, of course. And Kenny Irwin also lost 4 positions in that most recent round of pit stops. And now Jeff Burton closes in on Jeremy.
Back there finally we get to Mark Martin as he trails his teammate Chad Little, the green car, the John Deere car.
John Kernan has a report on Rusty Wallace's pit stop. He is back to 8th position.
Well, Bob, we saw quite a few drivers take on only right side tires during that last pit stop. But Rusty Wallace's crew decided to go with 4, no other adjustments. And they did it right at 17 seconds. Ernie Irvin was one of the drivers who picked up a couple of spots by taking right side tires, but he probably would have picked up a few more, although they had problems getting the fuel into the car, so that slowed him up by about 3 or 4 seconds for Ernie Irvin.
Battle for the lead as Jeff Burton in the 99 and Jeremy Mayfield in the 12 battle side by side. And Ward Burton also closes in at the line by just a fender. Jeremy Mayfield led that 127th lap as we approach the halfway point.
And Ward Burton is 1/3 of a second behind this group, or so the computer says.
And Jeff Burton takes the lead from Jeremy.
And once again, Jeff Burton hit it down in 1 and 2 by passing the competition on the outside. He is making some ground down in 1 and 2.
There's Jeff Gordon running in 4th. Terry Labonte is in 5th position. There's the 28 car. He got way out of shape and has fallen back to 11. And we'll show you how that happened.
Buried right of your screen, we see Kenny Irwin, the Texaco car, going in the corner on the outside of the 30 car of Derek Cope. And wow, you're right, almost up in the loose stuff. He did go to the gray area, but luckily the tire buildup is not the tire excess material off the tires have not accumulated up there, and he didn't spin.
So Rusty was able to get around him, but now he begins to move back toward the front and is up to 9th spot. John Kernan is with Elliott Sadler, one of those involved in the most recent accident.
Bob, the good news is Elliott's been checked out. He is all right. Elliott, what happened?
Just looked up. A couple guys got sideways in front of us, and I guess I just panicked and locked them up and spun out to the inside. And I really haven't been as low as I am right now in a long time. Just a lot of apologies. A lot of people at Sitco and Wood Brothers for not doing my job so far this year. Just turning up stuff. Not supposed to do that, but maybe we'll get it turned around next week.
Elliott Sadler out of for now. The Wood Brothers are continuing to work on the car, but man.
Oh, we've got Irwin, we've got Kenny Wallace, and several others involved in the crash. Joe Nemechek in just about the same area of the racetrack as the previous one. Mike Skinner looks like he's involved. No, that's Derek Cope.
You all right?
Man, oh man.
Good job on that right side. Just the right side.
There's
okay.
Cope.
Who's pit?
He has some front end damage on the State Fair Corn Dogs machine.
Buckshot Jones involved.
A lot of debris on the racetrack. Several cars involved in this incident. There goes Joe Nemechek pulling away. Still stopped out there. That appears to be Bill Elliott. Oh, a tough break for Bill, who was running so well.
Yes, he was running about 10th or 11th spot. Folks, he's not stopped at the drive-through. He stopped at the grass back on the infield.
Safety crew is right there. Bill. Okay, the window net is down on the car. That's the indication to everyone that the driver is okay. He's unbuckling. We'll take a look at what happened to bring out this 4th caution of the day.
Kenny Wallace drives up on the outside of the 28 car. Now, the 28 car needs to go up the racetrack, but they make contact right there as he tries to come up the racetrack. And look at all these cars with no place to go. John Andretti, was he involved, or was he able to get through? With the smoke and the dust, it's so hard to tell.
Well, it looked like he got through, but I don't know whether there was any damage on the car. Dale Jarrett did. There's the contact that sent Kenny Wallace to the outside wall, and Irwin spinning to the inside.
And then we see Elliott coming along with no place to go. There's Derek Cope, Joe Nemechek, all these cars going down to the inside. And this grass just does not slow the cars down. And see Irwin nose into the inside wall.
From Wally Dollarback's perspective.
Buckshot right in
Boy, that smoke comes up. You have no idea what's going to be on the other side of it. Here you go. He got hit 2 or 3 times in the melee. There's Kenny Irwin. He's out of the car, but the 28 Haviland Ford is severely damaged. Last year's Rookie of the Year in NASCAR Winston Cup competition, who was doing so well, and he was among the Noble 5 contenders, so it won't be $1 million bonus today for Kenny Irwin.
Irwin got a little bit loose to go up there.
Yeah. We got to talk about what Elliott Sadler said. Did you hear him?
Yeah.
You as a veteran driver could say, hey, come on. Keep the chin up.
I mean, 3 for 3, you know.
Yeah.
Teddy done got on the flag stand. Teddy, you gonna throw some flags?
Well, we're 4 laps away. No, we're a lap away. We'll go, what, 5? was that?
Let's see.
Yeah, just so you know, a lot of guys here are 5 or 6 laps from the window. That's why Burton and some of these other guys didn't come in. Oh, okay, that's why some of these other guys didn't come in. Some of the others are think they can get close enough with the caution lights.
Finally? Are you sure?
Don back could go from here. There's Jeff and Terry ought to be in this too.
We're halfway through the Las Vegas 400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Well, Saturday live at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific here on ABC Sports, the U.S. men's national soccer team will play Mexico. Now, the U.S. soccer team is undefeated with 2 victories and 2 ties in their first 4 games. However, they were shut out by Mexico last year, 1-0. It'll be live from San Diego, California next Saturday at 3:30 Eastern here on ABC. The caution was because of a multi-car crash coming off corner number 2.
Kenny Irwin, the 28 car, the Texaco car, gets the car a little bit loose right there. When he has to go up the hill to chase the car, to catch the car, Kenny Wallace, the 55 car, was there. They spin directly in front of the world, it seems like, because here comes a dozen cars with no place to go. And look at Irwin as he still stands on the gas trying to get the car to go around, and just creates more smoke and less visibility for all those guys behind them.
You see on the far right, he did have contact with the inside wall. Here's another angle.
Right there, we're going to see just a little tire puff. When the 2 tires touch, Wallace goes up, pounds the wall, and check Derek Cope, Nemechek, John Andretti. John Andretti must have gone through the grass. He's made several pit stops, so obviously he has a little bit of damage to his car.
Copter cam.
This is going to be a great shot here. We can see that Irwin there, he loses control, goes up the hill to catch it. They make contact, and then it all starts.
Elliott makes contact. Here comes Joe Nemechek. That's Derek Cope making contact. Let's see about Andretti. Well, you're right, Benny. I think he went to the grass, but got on the brakes enough, and I don't think that he actually hit anything, but the car may have sustained a little bit of damage as he slid through the grass. But there is a lot of work to be done on the Hamilton 4, driven by Kenny Irwin. Jeff Burton is our leader at Las Vegas. We're going to miss the green here.
Go, 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 go. To the right.
Burton in the number 99 Exide Ford has the lead by about 0.6 of a second over Jeremy Mayfield there in the number 12 car. Ward Burton is in third. In fourth position is Jeff Gordon. Terry Labonte is running in fifth. We saw the big wreck just a few moments ago. Kenny Wallace was involved. Here's John Kernan.
Kenny's crew is working, trying to get the car fixed, replacing the trailing arms. Kenny, what happened?
Well, I was on the outside, you know, about 5 laps after restart, and I guess Kenny was loose. And we come up off of turn 2, and he got loose, and I guess he tried to correct it. You know, Kenny Irwin's 28 car got into my car, and, you know, I was just a victim of circumstance. So, you know, it's just a bummer. You know, it's, you know, what else can you say? You know the way the deal goes. It's like, are you disappointed with these early season disappointments? Well, heck yeah, I am. You know, but what can I do? I'm a victim of circumstance.
Just a little bit of bad luck. Let's go to Dr. Jerry Punch.
Well, here's what's left of the front of the Texaco Havoline Ford Taurus of Kenny Irwin, and he came up, and the very first thing he did was apologize to the crew. Kenny, one of those racing days, looked like you almost had the car saved.
You know, we got loose on new tires and just got a little loose and evidently bumped Kenny, and just a bad deal because we were running so good and we were going to be good all day. Just terrible for the Texaco guys.
Has to be disheartening for this young man. When he walked up, there were almost tears in his eyes when he walked over and put his arms on his crew chief and said, "I'm sorry."
Former USAC champion coming out of the open wheel ranks to run in NASCAR Winston Cup competition his second year. Well, we are past the halfway point, and as a matter of fact, the Gatorade $10,000 money has just been awarded to Jeff Burton. They run 5 green laps after the caution. He's the leader, has led 26 of the 142 circuits, 17 lead changes. We've had 4 caution periods for 18 laps, and the average speed is considerably off the track record set last year by Mark Martin at 146. The lap leaders have included Ward Burton. He has led the most laps. Jeff now continues to add to his total. And we have another page. Andretti, Ernie Irvan, and Sterling Marlin have also led this race. Here are the cars that are off the track at the moment, trying to get repaired, or at least they're assessing the damage to see if they can get back onto the track in some cases. And as far as cars officially out of the race, only 2, Steve Grissom and Ricky Rudd. Jeff Burton with about a 1.5 second advantage now on Jeremy Mayfield. 144 out of the 267 laps completed at the Las Vegas 400. Probably need to talk about DJ a little bit. He's up in the top 10 now.
Who's that smoking? LePage? Is that Kevin LePage smoking? What was that all about? Oh, smoking again. Kevin LePage's right front tire is rubbing the fender desperately, big time. Could be one into it. Boy, look at Jeff. He's going somewhere. Man. He's running a mile an hour faster than anybody here. Huh. Wow. Jeff Gordon, huh?
Yeah, he was the fastest that lap.
He's going back trying to go by Ward on the outside. He's going to do it.
Here comes Jeffy.
Who's got a tire? Who's got a tire?
She's a rubbing, I think that's what it means. Yeah, since Park lost that lap, he's run right up there with the leaders, hasn't he?
As soon as he got in, made that adjustment, he's doing all right.
swore, didn't he?
Yep, sure did.
More than 130,000 people gathered here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway today in what's turned out to be a very delightful day, although they were forecasting high winds, clouds, and even some rain, snow in the mountains. But it's a very enjoyable day. They're watching Jeff Burton lead this event now with almost a 2.5-second advantage over Jeremy Mayfield. There is the interval between first and second, and not surprisingly, look who's in third. Jeff Gordon, one of the No Bull 5 contenders, is only about 3 seconds behind the leader. Jerry has an update on Jeff Gordon.
We told you at the beginning of the day that Jeff Gordon's car was very, very loose. A lot of people had guessed incorrectly on the weather, thinking it was going to be colder and more overcast today. Throughout the early part of the race, the first 100 laps or so, they were trying to correct that by adding wedge to the car to give it more bite going into the corner. Well, the car didn't get any better. On their last pit stop on lap 119, Ray Evernham made the call to make a track bar adjustment. Benny, a slight track bar adjustment has made the difference, and now Jeff Gordon says the car is driving so much better, and it's showing on the racetrack.
That's why it's so difficult to get a car to handle perfectly, because there's millions of adjustments that you can make. Air pressure, different spring rates, different shocks, or change the rear sway bar, move it up or down. All those things mean so much to making the car go around the racetrack.
Big group of cars running together here. That's Rusty Wallace, also Rick Mast, and there's Napa Field Summary showing you the points as of right now, as Mike Skinner continues to hold on to his lead, but only by 3. And how about the 98 car of Rick Mast, which is continuing to be on the lead lap? Now, this is a team that's now owned by Wayne Burdett, who's purchased a majority of the team from K.O. Yarborough. They're still, however, looking for a full-time sponsor on that machine. I think they've got Jelly Belly on it this weekend, don't they, BP?
Yeah, that's Jim Engelbright's sponsor. We had our winter heat.
Yep. Jelly Beans.
I wonder where Big Balloon is that Engelbright had a winter heat. The wind about going out of the truck. Remember that?
This is 14th and 15th position. Rusty Wallace is 14th, and there is Mast in the 98, who is currently running in 15th. We have 21 cars that are on the lead lap at the moment. And a taste of the race once again as we go to our State Fair telemetry.
Coming off turn 2, we see Rusty Wallace, and check it out. Jeff Gordon is going for second spot.
Down to the inside of Mayfield, coming off corner number 4, and he's now in second position and sets his sights on the leader, Jeff Burton, and also sets his sights on another $1 million bonus.
I tell you what, they put up that $1 million, and here we got Dale Jarrett on the inside of Bobby Labonte, and that is it battle for the 6th spot. Jarrett takes it away.
Bill Weber has a report on Dale Jarrett's good run here this afternoon up to 6th.
Todd Parrott continues to call out lap times to his driver, and Parrott is earning his money today because that Ford Taurus Jarrett is driving has been extremely inconsistent. Loose one set of tires, tight the next. In fact, last time under caution, they put on 4 tires after stopping just 9 laps earlier for 4 tires. They were talking about making a track bar adjustment, putting a little more bite in the car, but Dale Jarrett is making his way up through the field. They're hoping this is a long run. This is the best this car has been by far all afternoon as Bobby Labonte continues to give chase.
You know, in that last caution flag, some cars came in, made a pit stop, topped off. I wonder how many of those cars can go the rest of the way. Can some of these cars make it on one more stop? Most of them, I think, will have to stop twice.
Well, there's Jarrett, pursued by Bobby Labonte in 7th position. Terry Labonte is in 8th. Dale Jarrett's father, of course, Ned, is with this for you race fans that watch our regular ESPN telecast. Ned did not make the trip to Las Vegas this weekend. A little bit under the weather. We want to say hi to Ned and hoping he gets back in the broadcast booth real soon.
Jeffrey Bodine closing on the back of Terry Labonte. It's Bobby Labonte, the green car, Terry in the yellow car.
And let's not count out Dale Earnhardt, who is up into the top 10. Remember how he almost went a lap down, and fortunately there was a caution that allowed him to go around the entire racetrack. He is up in the top 10, Benny.
Yes, we can see the red rear spoiler, the red number on the roof, the red front spoiler that designates the guy that's going for $1 million.
By now, Jeff Gordon is the best among the No Bull 5 contenders. Earnhardt also in the top 10. Skinner is nearly in the top 10. Michael Waltrip, by the way, is still on the lead lap despite his problem. He's running at 21st. Kenny Irwin is behind the wall. Terry Labonte running right behind his brother Bobby as they are in 7th and 8th. And look how close those cars come to the wall as they swing off the corner.
And there we see Terry Labonte. He goes in the corner higher than his brother Bobby. Bobby comes off the corner, lets the car drift him in. Look at Jeffrey Bodine going on the inside of Terry Labonte, trying to take that spot away. That's 8th spot.
John Kernan has a report on Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Bodine and his crew have not made that many adjustments throughout the race today. This is a brand new car. They've never tested it before it hit the racetrack here this weekend. The good thing about this car is that it's not particularly fast, but it's just very, very consistent throughout a run. He'll be out there for 10 or 15 laps running slower than the leaders. Then the guys in front of him, their lap times seem to fall off while his stay right at the same spot, and that allows him to make some moves. So Jeffrey Bodine, Jim Long, the whole crew, very pleased with how that brand new car is performing here this weekend.
Jeffrey finished 8th at Rockingham 2 weeks ago, and that was his best finish since California in May of 1998. This team has really showed some promise fresh out of the box. The lead continues to be held by Jeff Burton, and he has a 4-second advantage over the Rainbow Warrior team of Jeff Gordon. Jeremy Mayfield, Ward Burton, and Mark Martin are the top 5. All right. So we're using 3 different networks for all your coverage next week, huh? Oh, okay. All right.
Let me add to the Cracker Barrel, or you can just say,
okay.
Talk to Ed Clark this week. Still
okay.
Tickets left, folks.
You can do that, yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
45 is 26 the lap down.
Okay.
And the 40 car is 19th on the lead lap. 26th. Well, Burton had made a move in the points, and he gained 8 spots.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Next Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time here on ABC, you'll be able to see live coverage of the next NASCAR Winston Cup event. That's the Cracker Barrel 500 from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Talked to Ed Clark last week, the general manager, president of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Tickets still available, folks, who want to see a great NASCAR Winston Cup event.
Bruton Smith owns Atlanta Motor Speedway. He also owns this facility. We know what Bruton has done to his other tracks at Charlotte, at Texas, and at Atlanta, building condominiums, turning them into absolute palaces. We can't imagine what he might do with Las Vegas, but we know that he has very big plans to expand and make this place a tremendous facility. It is already, for that matter.
Yes, it is. There's no doubt Bruton Smith will enhance this facility. And look at all the folks there. 130,000 people here today.
We were on board just a second ago with Rich Bickle, and we go back on board with him in the 10-10 345 Lucky Dog machine, and he's running in 26th position.
He is 1 lap down right now. Tim Beverly's car.
And another driver who is on the lead lap in 19th spot is Sterling Marlin. Started back in 33rd, and he has been among those leading.
See, he's burned really, really high down in 3 and 4. But that's the great thing about a wide, smooth racetrack like this. You don't have to run in one place. If the car doesn't work on the bottom, you can go to the top of the racetrack.
And we'll get a taste of the race from Sterling as we have his onboard telemetry from State Fair.
As he comes off turn 2, accelerates down the back stretch. We'll check the RPM. I'll watch RPM. You watch speed, Bob. Up to 80, almost 8,700 RPM. Once again, like Bobby Labonte, touching the brakes.
And 182 at the top end. And into the 140s. Meanwhile, a battle on the track. Ernie Irvin and Mike Skinner are battling for position. That would be for the 11th spot.
Skinner, another guy that's running for the Winston No Bull for the $1 million bonus today if he can pull it off. As they said, I think in the pre-race, if they were racing for $2, it'd all be. Oh! The contact between those two as they came off turn 4. That was very, very close to the same thing that happened between Kenny Irwin and Kenny Wallace just a few laps ago.
Another of our Noble 5 contenders we talked about just a few moments ago, Michael Waltrip. He has now lost a lap. Well, the 21 car of Elliott Sadler, as you can see, is back on the racetrack. Benny, I think we need to follow up on something that Elliott said during his interview just a few minutes ago. He is really down on himself after 3 races, but you as a veteran driver need to talk to him.
Well, I mean, and I will talk to him when I get to Atlanta. I mean, he was down on himself after Daytona because he crashed the race car. And he realizes that if they take a wrecked race car back home, that they've got to repair the wrecked race car. They keep worrying about going fast to the next race. They've got to fix the wreck. He knows it's up to him to take back straight race cars so they can worry about and work on getting faster each and every week.
And Dale Earnhardt picks up another position. He moves to 7th as he passes Bobby Labonte, and another of the No Bull contenders is not out of this by any means.
And right now, Jeff Gordon, going to that Winston No Bull million, is gaining on Jeff Burton. Not much, but just a few laps ago, he was over 4 seconds behind Burton. Now he's 3 3/4 seconds behind. So at least he's going forward. He's gaining on Burton.
There is Jeff Gordon. He's got about 3 lap cars between himself and the leader.
Now I understand why Jeff Burton was able to Jeff Gordon was able to gain, because as Burton went through this traffic, he lost some time to Jeff Gordon. Now Gordon will probably lose the same amount of time as he tries to work through this traffic.
And once again, Irvin and Skinner continue to do battle out there for the 11th position. They've been running wheel to wheel, side by side for the last several laps.
It's really good to see Ernie Irvin, M&M's NASCAR have a good run today, because since his crash in Talladega last fall, he really hasn't had that good run like he had leading up to Talladega. So this is really encouraging and great to see Ernie with a good run in Las Vegas.
He missed 3 races in 1998 late in the season due to injury suffered at Talladega. The 16 car loses another lap. We are closing in on another pit window, so we'll take a break here with Jeff Burton continuing to lead the Las Vegas 400 over Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
Oh, you got those?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's faith.
Okay, you better do this.
What? Janowski? Janowski, right?
Uh-huh. Janowski and
Sandella.
Markowitz.
Ray could probably do that.
Even Ray.
Even
huh?
Ray could do that.
Even old Ray.
Ray.
Thank you.
Looked like he was about... DW just passed 45.
He's running 25th.
Yeah.
Not bad tall.
Get up there in the top 25 points, I'm telling you. He can take 31, 33. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You do, don't you?
I do.
Yes, you do.
We've got an hour left in our coverage. Yeah.
We'll have quite enough time there, Bobby.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Five drivers going for $1 million bonus in the No Bull 5 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway today. They include Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Gordon. One of those drivers, Kenny Irwin, is officially out of the race now. Now, in addition to possibly a driver winning $1 million, a fan will also win $1 million.
And there's the folks that have that chance. So obviously they're watching a race. Folks, how'd you like to watch a race? And if your driver wins, you've got a chance to win $1 million. There we see Jeff Gordon in second spot, Earnhardt's in sixth, Skinner 11th, Michael Waltrip and Kenny Irwin. I think their chances are gone.
Now here are the fans who will also win $1 million if their driver can win the race here today. Jim Sandella, Joseph Markowitz, Faith Tranowski, Roy Quinton, and Frank Kaiser, all on pins and needles, or at least 3 of those still on pins and needles, thinking that they may indeed win the $1 million here this afternoon.
Rich Bickle in the 10-10-345 car just has gone another lap down to the leader, Jeff Burton, and Darrell Walter. Old DW's passed the Rich Bickle car to move into the 25th spot. So put the big Kmart car in 25th for Darrell Walter.
They are both running just behind the leader of the race, Jeff Burton, who comes down to complete the 182nd lap of this event. We go down to Bill Weber.
Well, right now, it looks like the 99 bunch may be dodging a bullet because they weighed their options coming in under that last caution, but they weren't in their fuel window. They're just a few laps away from coming in for a pit stop here. They warned their gas man to make sure he gets the tank full. They expect Jeff Gordon to hit pit road this time. Frank Stoddard has told Jeff Burton, I will warn you when to start watching for your fuel pressure light. They are going to cut it very close. Let's go to Jerry Punch.
Well, Bill Gordon, good news is the car now is neutral, handling flawlessly. The bad news is, by him pitting right now with Ward Burton coming down behind him on pit road, that means neither of those cars will be able to make it the rest of the way without another stop. They'll both be about 15 laps shy on fuel. They will need help from a caution flag. Here comes the defending Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon, to a halt. The crew now going to the right side, expecting right side tire changes on that car, and left side. Now right side on the Caterpillar car, left side on the Caterpillar Pontiac for Ward Burton. Now, Jeff Gordon's car gets the windshield clean, down and away, no assistance whatsoever on Jeff Gordon, and likewise the 22 car also down and leaving pit road.
That's Tony Stewart, who's in, and so is Jeremy Mayfield as he looks for his pit box at 45 miles an hour, relinquishing the 5th position to come in for his next stop. And the crew goes to work. Notice it only takes one pump of that jack to get the car up off the ground. Doc?
Paul Andrews and the crew, the Mobil 1 crew, going to work on Mayfield's Ford Taurus and try to get it completely full of fuel. They have got to get these cars full of fuel. Bobby Labonte also in a major chassis adjustment, both the track bar and the wedge adjustment on the Interstate Batteries Pontiac. Now they go to the left side of that car as Mayfield is already gone. They're getting it full of gas, full of gas, full of gas, and now Labonte is down on the way. Let's go down to Bill.
Jeff Burton is on pit road. The car had stalled. He called the crew and said, I'm coming this time. He's got to refire. They've got the ether in it that helps him refire it. Now it stalls again. They wanted to make an air pressure adjustment on the left side. They have it found out. They have the tires on. Burton hasn't refired. Waiting on the left front plug up. Jeff Burton is back underway.
17.1-second pit stop for Jeff Burton. So, Benny, they're all going to have to come in again because we're well outside of the time that it will take to complete this race. They're going to need at least one more pit stop.
But, Bob, I think there's a couple of cars that might be able to make it the rest of the way, so it might come down to fuel mileage.
We will see as the final laps of this race unfold. Right now, the lead has gone to Mark Martin, who has yet to make a pit stop. He's leading Dale Earnhardt by about 5 3/4 seconds. Dale Jarrett, Mike Skinner, and Jeffrey Bodine right now are the top 5.
Somebody, who was it on Jeremy's car that the left rear tire changer just went crazy when the... Mike Houston, okay. Did the trouble that the trouble that Mark Martin had, could this be playing into his hands? Didn't he make an extra pit stop or something on that last?
Yeah.
But it's only, yeah. But I mean, how does Jeff Burton run out of gas and Mark just keeps going? I mean, that's what's up here.
What's up?
Okay. Check out Mike, the tire carry on Ernie Irvin's Pontiac. He takes the tire around the right front, slides it in. He grabs the other tire, goes back around, gets that tire off the wall, takes it over to the left front tire changer. They slam it on the hub, tighten the lug up, wipes off the grill, and he comes into the left rear again.
Give me those yellow sheets over there. Here are the names, Benny, if you want them.
DJ had to stop here.
Welcome back to our ABC coverage of the Las Vegas 400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, located about 10 miles to the northeast of Las Vegas. The overhead shot courtesy of the Pennzoil Copter Cam. From high above down to the trenches in a NASCAR Winston Cup pit stop, the ABC Crew Cam.
This is Mike Houston, the front tire changer on the M&M's car, Ernie Irvin's car. Mike Kaluka, the right front tire changer. Takes the nuts off. Mike Houston gets the car in, they tighten it up. He goes around, he grabs the tire, takes it back, they go to the wall, grabs the other tire that's going on the left front. Now, as soon as Kaluka gets the tire off, he slams it on the hump, they tighten the lug nuts, and see, wipes off the grill. Let's go. Oh, we got to wait on the left tire change.
And just that 1/10 of a second or so could mean a major difference on the racetrack. Meanwhile, here's the leader of the race, Mark Martin.
Now, go figure this out. Jeff Burton says he ran out of gasoline in the Exide car. Mark Martin's still on the racetrack, still running, and both these cars are earned and tuned by Jack Rouse. Bill Weber, what's going on?
Well, Benny, Mark Martin stopped under the most recent caution, even though they weren't in their fuel window. Same with Dale Jarrett. That's when Mark got 2 tires and DJ got 4. That's when Burton opted to stay out because they weren't in their fuel window. Terry Labonte hits pit road, so more pit stops here at Las Vegas.
Dr. Jerry Punch, he's headed toward you.
This is one of the teams that talked about the possibility of being able to win this race today on fuel mileage. They will pit now. You mentioned a moment ago, Mark Martin. He will pit in 8 laps. Here comes the Kellogg's machine to a halt on pit road. Andy Gray's the crew now going to work. The tearaway windshield to give Terry Labonte a clean look at the final laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jack beneath the left side of the car. 1 can of fuel tossed across the wall. 2nd can of fuel going in. The clock, the watch is ticking. Trouble with the left rear. Trying to run something. Grabs the engine. Labonte is down and away.
And almost 21 seconds in the pits for Terry Labonte, a slow pit stop compared to some of the others that we have seen during the afternoon.
10 years ago, that was a great pit stop, and in 1999, they've got to be somewhere around the 17-second flat to be a great pit stop.
As Labonte gathers speed and goes back onto the racetrack, we tell you that Mark Martin continues to lead, as you heard Jerry say he'll be in soon. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Bodine has chosen to make this the lap that he makes his pit stop on. He was running in 7th spot, but now the crew goes to work on the power team car.
But Jeffrey Bodine, 71 laps remaining in the race. He will not be able to make the rest away, you wouldn't think. But Mark Martin, every lap that he makes gets him closer and closer to the having to make just one final stop.
And other cars that have been pitted here include Dale Jarrett, Dale Earnhardt, and Mike Skinner.
John Andretti also. The 25 car, Wally Dallenbach has to stop. Chad Little has to stop. Kenny Schrader. All those cars haven't stopped yet.
And here is Mark Martin just trying to get as many laps in this segment as possible. That will eliminate the need for a late fuel stop. Well, he's continuing to stay out there. We do expect him, however, to come in next time by. We'll keep an eye on that. Here is 2nd place being contested between Dale Jarrett and Mike Skinner. Skinner in the 31 takes the spot from DJ. And there is Dale Earnhardt also right there. We're looking at 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. All 3 of these guys need pit stops before long.
And Jarrett is coming in. It looked like Jarrett ran out of gas. Jarrett ran out of gas coming off turn 2.
He's made it, however, to the warm-up lane and is headed in, but Mark Martin did not come in. He's chosen to stay out there and stretch it one more lap. Jarrett, however, is on pit road.
And he's going to lose so much track position because he had to coast from turn 2 all the way around to the front stretch. Bill Weber.
I'm not sure the crew knows that Jarrett is out of gas because they stepped on each other on the radio. Dale Jarrett had called from the backstretch to tell him that he was out of fuel, but Todd Barrett was talking to him at the same time. Their voices crossed. Jarrett very slow down pit road. The crew anxiously waiting. Still waiting. Jarrett basically just creeping to his stall. Now he's back. The car not running. They'll spray ether in to try and get it refired. First he's going to need fuel. Jarrett gets it refired, then it stalls. They pull away the tearaway sheet on the windshield. Right side tires are on. Still trying to get the car to fire. Second can of fuel going in. Now Jared has it fired and running. Left side tires going on. Lug nuts are tight. Dale Jarrett's away. Very disappointing. John Kernan.
Dale Earnhardt's crew finishing up the work as Mark Martin comes on to pit road. For Earnhardt, he can go the rest of the way without stopping for fuel. Let's go down to Dr. Jerry Podge.
Mark Martin making his final stop. For those with calculators at home and Mark Martin fans, he will have to go 66 laps to the conclusion of this race. The most he has gone today is 63. But the man who makes the fuel calculations also owns the car. Jack Roush says, we are going to roll the dice. We're in Vegas. We're going to try to make it from here. Right side tires on the Valkyrie Ford. Down the left side, crew scampering around. Critical pit stop. What they plan to be their final pit stop of the day. To possibly win 2 in a row. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Mike Skinner is on pit road getting 4 tires, and Larry McReynolds told him as he came to a stop, we are going the distance. We are going the distance. We're trying to get every ounce of fuel in there. Skinner on his way, encouraged by McReynolds. You're back racing, and he is off of pit road.
And if he can stretch it and come home first, Mike Skinner will pick up $1 million. Right now, with all of those having made pit stops, the lead recycles back to Jeff Burton. John has an update on Dale Earnhardt.
As far as fuel mileage goes, no problem for the Intimidator to make it the rest of the way without stopping. I just talked to his car owner, Richard Childress. He said that time they went 68 laps on fuel. They have 67 to go, so they have told Earnhardt to go for it and keep digging.
There's car owner Richard Childress as he communicates with his driver. The lead is, again, Jeff Burton in the 99 car with about a 7-second advantage on Jeff Gordon. Ward Burton is running 3rd, Jeremy Mayfield 4th, Bobby Labonte 5th with 203 laps completed.
If this holds true and this thing goes the rest of the way, Mike Skinner may win this thing, Neil.
Yes, he might.
Because he's in front of Earnhardt right now by 3 or 4 seconds.
He never did leave.
Okay.
See, when Martin came in, they should have stayed out for one more lap, and they'd have got to 5
If he
points,
could
but
have,
he
yeah.
followed Martin.
Skinner.
would have been the leader and got 5 points.
Yep, that's right.
Earnhardt passed Jeff Burton. I guess that's because the tires are that much pressure.
So we're doing promo 4. Okay.
That was to bring him back in the lead lap.
Yeah.
Earnhardt's now back in the...
Huh. So who's
okay.
the first car that can make it? The 3 and the 31?
Saturday, live at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific here on ABC Sports. It's the road to the Visa Triple Crown Challenge with the Florida Derby. Fountain of Youth Stakes winner Vicker is the favorite in his key prep race for the Kentucky Derby. The purse is $750,000. We'll see you at next Saturday at 5:30 Eastern Time here on ABC. Down on pit road, there's a lot of calculations going on, right, Doctor?
You're exactly right, Bob. Jack Roush owns 5 race cars, but calculates primarily the Mark Martin Valvoline gas. And Jack, I guess you've made the calculations. You're going to roll the dice and go the rest of the way. Can you make it?
Well, we think we can. You know, if the car is really good, the gas mileage isn't very good. You know, if the car is not very good, the gas mileage is better. We made our calculation when the car wasn't very good. Based on that, it looks like it can go. We went 66.5 laps the last time, figuring something for the cautions. This time we only need to go 66 laps. It should work out if we got it full.
Mixed emotions. You don't want a caution flag because the 6 car can go all the way, but you need a caution flag because your other car, Jeff Burton, can't.
Yeah, those gas mileage definitely wasn't quite as good as the 6s. They made a decision that they wouldn't come for a splash of gas, which they probably should have, but they made a decision which they wouldn't come, so they're committed now. They've got to stop. The 24's got to stop. Most of the good cars have got to stop, but we've got a chance to go.
Okay, good luck, Jack.
Thank you.
Jack Rouse sort of trying to figure out which way it can go today. He can win either way. How about down in the Mike Skinner pits, Bo Weber?
Larry McReynolds is his crew chief. He's got the calculator out. He's telling his driver to be smooth. When he came in and pitted, he told him we were going the distance. Right now, they're waiting for Skinner to come down the front stretch. There's a slow car on the front stretch. Larry, can you make it if we stay green?
Fuel mileage number says we can. You know, I think the spoiler here, should it stay green, we can't make it. I think the spoiler's going to be the 6 car. He seemed to run the same distance, so he should be able to run the same distance as we did then. So he could put his spoiler if it stays green and we can't go all the way. Good luck. Thank you.
It could all go out the window, though. The 55 car was very slow on the racetrack. If he doesn't get back to pit road or pull off, we'll have a caution.
Right now, Mike Skinner is running in the 8th position, but is one of those who could go the rest of the distance.
We know that the 99, 22, 24, 12, the first 4 cars right now cannot go the rest of the distance. Now the question mark, Bobby Labonte in 7th and 6th spot, he can't make it. But Mark Martin, can he make it? If he can, then he probably will beat Mike Skinner and Dale Earnhardt. This is Kenny Wallace. He's made a lap. The car is running, so I think he will be able to get back into the garage area. And one reason he went out to run one more lap, he probably gained a couple of spots on cars that were behind him by running one more lap. He picked up a couple of spots.
And every Winston Cup point is valuable when you get down, especially to the closing races of the season. The leaders today, those that have picked up 5 bonus points for leading: Jeff and Ward Burton, Bobby Labonte, Jeremy Mayfield, Mark Martin, Terry Labonte, John Andretti, Ernie Irvin, and Sterling Marlin. Those 9 drivers have led laps. We've had 19 lead changes in the course of this Las Vegas 400. Here's a State Fair field summary. Mike Skinner continues to hang on to a narrow points lead by just 3 over Mayfield. Mayfield gaining 3 positions in the point standings as of right now.
Kenny Schrader stands a chance of losing 5. And look at Ward Burton. If he can continue, he would gain 15 spots. Ernie Irvin would gain 10 spots. Early on in the season, a good run, you can jump up close to the front.
Mark Martin last week with his victory moved from 31st to 8th in points 2 weeks ago at Rockingham. We saw that Ward Burton recently took over the 2nd position from Jeff Gordon. Ward is about 9.2 seconds behind Jeff. So again, the Burton brothers are running in 1st and 2nd position. There comes Ward.
9.5 seconds behind, so he's losing ground each and every lap. Jeff Burton is, just like last year here at Las Vegas, has had an extremely fast race car.
And just like at Rockingham, when he led the most laps there, led 228, he has led 82 laps here this afternoon, the most of any driver. Uh-oh, Earnhardt's about to go a lap down.
Yeah. He came out of the pits a lap down, too, and he passed Burton and went on. But now when those tires get about 15, 20 laps, man, they must really go off and just lay right down.
$50 laps to go, 49 laps to go. Okay. Boy, it's a shame that the car can be so good and he isn't going to win the race.
No?
Probably, unless there's a caution. Okay. Next Sunday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, here on ABC, we bring you Pace Supercross. 5-time and defending champion Jeremy McGrath currently leads the season in points once again. This marks the 25th anniversary of Supercross. It'll be from the Houston Astrodome in Houston, Texas, next Sunday at 5 Eastern here on ABC. Here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, it is Jeff Burton leading, and he is trying to put Dale Earnhardt a lap down. Has been trying for the last several laps, but has not been successful yet.
They ran side by side for 3 or 4 laps, just like the last time that Burton tried to put Earnhardt a lap down. Earnhardt would just refuse to go a lap down. Finally, Burton just gave in because he was getting his tires so hot. He decided to ride behind Earnhardt and try it again.
Dale is running in 10th position, by the way. John Kernan?
Well, we know Jeff Burton has to stop for fuel. Dale Earnhardt not expected to stop for fuel. But Vinny, I have a question for you. A few laps ago, he radioed in and told the crew that the car had gotten very, very loose on him. How will that affect the car as far as fuel mileage goes?
It should help, John, because he's not able to use the accelerator that much if the car is loose. So it really ought to help fuel mileage.
And Burton continues to work on Dale Earnhardt, but still is not able to put Dale a lap down. That's Tom Hubert in the 19 car, who has not had nearly as good a race as he had qualifying run on Friday. Hubert currently in 30th position, 4 laps down. Now Burton to the inside of Earnhardt once again.
Tries it again. And this is what we saw for 3 or 4 laps just a moment ago, side by side.
The tenacious Dale Earnhardt just won't give up.
All these cars are able to get a really good run off turn 2. We saw what happened to Kenny Irwin when he came off turn 2 in a similar situation. The car got a little bit loose. He and Kenny Wallace made contact. Realizes that Earnhardt is holding him up. He's faster than Earnhardt right now, but he's got to get by. He just keep knocking him out of the way to get by. He's got to pass him cleanly, and that's being very difficult. Watch his chair of the body's coming up. Almost caught these 2 cars. Now Burton, he might have enough room if he can move up. No, here comes Earnhardt back on the outside.
Terry Labonte running in 11th position. He started the race from 12th spot. And he's catching up to both Burton and Dale. Let's check the Speeds at the line. Burton with a 157.1. We're waiting for the 22 car. His brother, he's running in second position. He was faster.
Because he's running side by side with Earnhardt. It's really slowing the 99 car down. The 12 car is running faster, but he just can't get by Earnhardt. Check the Mark Martin. He can make it the rest of the way, and he's still running faster than the leader. 158.3 miles per hour.
But even faster was Ernie Irvin at 158.367. Almost an identical speed to Mark Martin.
I tell you what, that's pretty good speed. 157.4 running side by side with Dale Earnhardt all the way around Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
And you would expect the 22 is faster because he isn't running into traffic and battling alongside a car as Jeff is. And this battle with Dale Earnhardt by Jeff Burton is helping his brother Ward catch up. Ward has shaved the interval from 9 seconds on lap 221 to 8.3 on lap 225.
Yeah, you see how inconsistent Jeff Burton is and how consistent his brother is. 34.7 Jeff Burton, down to 34.1, up to 34.5, 34.3. And Ward Burton's laps, each one of them almost identical. See, 39 laps to go. Ward Burton, he's got to pass these slow cars too, or these slow cars too, when he catches them. So.
But again, we remind you that if the race goes green the rest of the way, Jeff Burton, Ward Burton, Jeff Gordon, and Jeremy Mayfield all will have to make pit stops, but Mark Martin may not have to. We'll be back after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
Rusty and Skinner are the only two guys with top 10s in both first races, and
they've still,
Rusty might drop
good point.
out of there.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, caution, 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 and they both got a lap back. Earnhardt and
Labonte.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah. Now we're going to see who's the best.
Tires, got to have tires. Everybody will have to have tires.
about all that calculating, the caution has come out and the pit stops have been completed. Everybody needs gas and new tires. And now the battle is on out of pit road. It looks like that Ward Burton has come out first. The caution was brought out when Jeffrey Bodine's car started smoking down the backstretch. And NASCAR wanted to check the track for fuel, or for oil, I should say.
And Jeff Burton will go from leading the race to back in third spot. There we see Jeffrey Bodine off turn 2. Heavy smoke out of the back of that car. He will take the car to the garage area, and that's sad news for Jeffrey Bodine. Had a great run going.
Indeed he did, but it's all over for Jeffrey Bodine. And it really puts a whole new perspective on this race, BP.
Yes, that's exactly right, because
it is Ward Burton who is leading this race right now, with Jeff Gordon running in second. Those cars that are on the lead lap have made their pit stops. Now pit road is open for those who are not on the lead lap.
And only about 35 laps to go. Jeff Burton's car in the long run is extraordinary. It's very, very good, but it might not be that much better than these other cars in a short run. In 35 laps, it's like a Saturday night feature.
Jeff Burton will be lining up in third position. And Mike Skinner will be fourth when we return to racing at Las Vegas. This is going to be good. Good stuff. Yes.
I see Greg Biffle over there next door. He'll be out there at the Homestead.
I don't see him. All on ESPN this year, right?
But the Truck Race Homestead's on ABC.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay. Okay.
It says DJ's in the lead lap. How did that happen?
No. They just haven't come around.
Oh, I see. They haven't made it back around yet.
Stay with me, BP.
Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you. If we could tell what happened to the 99 car, where his problem was. If I get a chance to circle Frankie Stoddard, that'd be great. No, I'm just kidding. I'd want to circle Frankie because he's giving me the devil every time since I remember California when I circled him. Drawing good pictures of him. Oh, I lost my.
Well, I tell you,
I lost my place.
I would not. I wouldn't count Mike Skinner out of this thing by any means, would you?
Nope. Thank you. Lost my place.
Okay. I don't know why he lost 2 positions. Just as you rejoin us, the green flag comes out, and Benny, this is going to be good. It no longer now is a gas mileage race. We're going to find out who has the best car, who's the best driver, as we restart the Las Vegas 400 on lap 236.
And what a great start that Ward Burton was able to get it as Dale Jarrett in the Ford quality gear number 88, the blue car on the inside. He's trying his best to get a lap back. Also, John Andretti, STP car, trying to get a lap back for these guys in there between Ward Burton and this guy in second place, Jeff Gordon.
Dale Jarrett running in E12th position, a lap down, and John Andretti is 13th, a lap down. Now Jeff Gordon is to the inside of Jarrett and sets his sights on the leader of the race, Ward Burton. Jeff Gordon is one of the No Bull 5 contenders. So is Mike Skinner. He is in the top 5. He's running in 4th position, as a matter of fact. And there is Jeff Burton, who had the lead until this most recent round of pit stops. He's running back in 3rd.
Trying to get by John Andretti, the STP Pontiac. Here comes Skinner. He's right behind, but now alongside John Andretti.
Jeremy Mayfield is right behind the 31 car of Skinner. He is in 5th spot. Then Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte, Ernie Irvin, Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, and Terry Labonte. Those 11 cars on the lead lap.
The 99 Exide car has been fast all day long, but once again, on long runs, he really excels. He's just not that much better than the competition on these short runs.
Ward Burton has only one NASCAR Winston Cup victory in his resume. That came back in October of 1995 at Rockingham. There is Jeff Burton running 3rd. He has clinched the most laps led here this afternoon for the 2nd consecutive race. He also did at Rockingham.
Jeff Gordon was the fastest car, almost a ½ mile per hour faster than Ward Burton. Here we see Jeff Burton riding on the inside of Dale Jarrett, trying his best to get in contact with the first 2 cars. And Dale Jarrett, what a quality move that was. Just backed off, let Burton go, because he knows the disappointment that Burton will feel if he's not able to get up and contend for the win anyway.
Quality move by the driver of the Quality Care Ford, Dale Jarrett, who is a lap down and just moved over and let Jeff set sail for Jeff Gordon. Gordon has reduced the interval, as you can see, by less than 0.3 of a second now. It's down to a matter of car lengths up front.
That time by 0.6 of a mile per hour, faster than Ward Burton. Jeff Burton. Mike Skinner's back there. That time, the 99 car, Jeff Burton was the fastest car. Faster than Ward Burton, faster than Jeff Gordon. Here's Gordon on the outside, trying to take a look.
Taking a look out of corner number 2, but will fall in behind Ward Burton and not make a challenge at the moment. Let's see what the strategy is as he heads into turn number 3. Jeff Gordon has won 3 of 4 No Bull races and also won a Winston Million. So he's going for his 5th $1 million bonus this afternoon. At the line, they're side by side. And Jeff Gordon now with about a half a car length advantage. But look at the tenacious Ward Burton.
And now we see Jeff Gordon with the car on the outside, got a little bit loose, and that's up the door for Jeff Burton. Here he comes on the inside.
Jeff Burton takes 2nd position from Jeff Gordon. And once again is a battle of the Burton brothers. Ward and Jeff running 1st and 2nd, and then Jeff Gordon. The crowd is on its feet. All 130,000 people are screaming for their particular favorite driver as Gordon again challenges for 2nd spot.
Jeff Gordon can't go in the corner along on the inside of someone because he needs that air to lean against when he gets in the corner. Last time when he was on the inside of Ward Burton, he got the car extremely loose.
Mark Martin and Jeremy Mayfield are running side by side. This is the battle for 5th position. Mayfield gets those left side tires down below that white line in the corner. Mayfield in 5th position now, and Mark Martin 6th. They are running about 2 3/4 seconds behind those up front. Ward Burton, last lap, 29 hundredths of a second lead. But the last lap, the fastest driver on the racetrack was his brother right behind him, Jeff. 22 laps to go in the Las Vegas 400. What a great finish this is going to be. Stay with us for the conclusion. Will it be Burton, Gordon, or somebody else here in the top 10?
Martin has a problem.
Okay. Thank you, Mikey.
Well, I will look at that. I was looking at the racetrack.
Is the you-know-what going to go unclaimed?
What's that?
Yes, it is. It's very interesting. Yeah, nobody took him.
Last time by, he was quick. He was quickest that time. Ward Burton.
Back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 250 laps completed, 17 to go. ABC will be on hand for the opener of the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series 1999, the Florida Dodge Dealers 400 on Saturday, March 20th at 4 Eastern Time. And then the next day, the CART FedEx Championship Series kicks off its 1999 campaign. The Marlboro Grand Prix of Miami, that's on Sunday, March 21st at 4 o'clock from the Miami-Dade Motorsports Complex. Here at Las Vegas, Ward Burton continues to hold on to the lead, but Mark Martin has a problem and has drifted back to 9th. Bill, what's wrong?
His crew says that Mark has called in and says he is down to 7 cylinders. So Mark Martin will try and limp his Ford home here in the closing laps on 7 cylinders.
There is Rusty Wallace. We're on board with him right now. He and Mike Skinner, the only 2 drivers to finish in the top 10 in both races coming into this event in 1999. And right now, Rusty is trying to get back into the top 10. He was 11th and now passes Mark Martin and goes to the top 10. Mike Skinner, the other driver, to finish in the top 10 both races, and he is currently running in 4th position.
Steve Park, the Pennzoil Chevrolet, also drives by Mark Martin. Steve is back in 17th spot, 1 lap down.
Jerry Nadeau, we will tell you, has also dropped off the pace. In fact, he's back in the garage area. Back out front, it's that much between 1st and 2nd. Ward Burton and Jeff Burton are the combatants.
Last time by, Jeff was a little bit quicker. We can see right now he's keeping that car on the bottom of the racetrack. Ward drifted up just a little bit and now nose to tail down the backstretch with just 14 laps to go.
Jeff Burton takes a look on the outside of his brother Ward. Is he going to be able to make the pass on the outside? They come off corner number 4 and get oh so close. And here is Jeff Burton now possibly making the move to the lead. They go into turn number 1 and they are side by side all the way through the corner.
Jeff Burton was unable to pass Dale Earnhardt, but he was on the inside. Looks like the outside is the place he needs to be, but here comes Ward back on the inside. They're still nose side by side, I should say.
Brotherly love could turn to a brotherly shove here in the next few laps, but you know these guys have a tremendous amount of respect for each other, and they have driven a very clean race so far. Look how close they are, though.
But what this is doing is letting Jeff Gordon get back in the race. These two brothers are battling each other, and Jeff Gordon's getting closer and closer. He's only a little over a second behind the two.
Field summary from the state fair people. They still are wheel to wheel and side by side. Jeff Burton now on the outside gets a slight advantage with a good run, but coming off the corner, Ward Burton continues to maintain the advantage. That lap almost too close to call. I think maybe Jeff will get credit for leading that lap. But can you imagine these two coming down for the checkered flag side by side?
If this keeps on going for the next 10 laps or so, Jeff Gordon will have something to say about who wins this thing, because he's just 1 second behind these two.
He reduced the interval by about 0.2 of a second last lap. Gordon now within 1 tick of the clock. There he is. As once again they come down to the stripe, and they're side by side.
Jeff Gordon gained 1/3 of a second, 1/3 of a second that last lap. He's now only 2/3 of a second behind. But now it looks like Jeff Burton might have a run off the corner. Yes, Burton takes the lead.
Jeff Burton takes the lead on lap 258 with less than 10 laps to go.
That just might have sealed the fate of Jeff Gordon as he tried to chase these guys down.
Among those three, Burton and Gordon. Jeff Gordon, of course, the only driver eligible for the $1 million bonus. And Jeremy Mayfield has a problem. He relinquishes 5th position to come in for a late pit stop. But look at Jeff Gordon. He's indeed closing in, Benny.
Last time by, he was a little bit quicker than the leader, Jeff Burton. As we see Kim Burton watching, she can barely watch.
AutoZone on-track interval shows you that Jeff Gordon in 3rd position. Reduced the interval from 1.2 seconds to 0.7 of a second, and the no bull, when people are really looking on with interest.
It's worth $1 million if Jeff Gordon can win this. The first two cars are not in for the bonus.
Here are the numbers from 1.2 second interval on lap 253 to a 0.7 of a second interval on lap 257. The question is, can he do it with just a few laps to go?
Well, Jeff Burton had a 33.5 back there. Just a few laps to go. Jeff Gordon's not been able to run that fast. But right now it looks like that Jeff Burton and Ward Burton are about the same speed, and Jeff Burton is running a little bit higher on the racetrack than he's been running all day.
John has a report on Jeremy Mayfield.
Well, I'm looking at the right rear tire that came off of Jeremy Mayfield's car, and we are talking major blisters on that. That's why he had to stop, change 4 tires. The right rear was blistered, in fact, a bunch of chunks out of it.
A little wide coming out of the corner, but maintains the advantage. Let's see who's best among these three here. That last lap, well, by just a tick of the watch, Ward Burton was faster than Jeff. To Jerry Punch.
Tommy Baldwin, Ward Burton's crew chief, said a moment ago, Ward, stay in his tire tracks for the next 2 laps. Cool your tires for 2 laps and then go after him. All you got, we got a shot at it.
Jeff Burton, we saw him running that high line just a moment ago. I think he's afraid that his brother Ward may get on the outside of him because he knows that he's not able to run that good with a car alongside of him when he's on the bottom. Remember how hard he raced Dale Earnhardt, but he couldn't go anyplace when he was on the inside of Earnhardt. He's trying his best to keep Ward on the inside of him, not the outside of him.
There's Tabitha looking on. That's Ford's wife. We saw Kim biting her nails. Jeff's wife. Can you imagine the tension in the Burton household right now?
Woo. Right now, when Jeff Burton's now moved down on the racetrack, moved down from the lower group, we can see he's putting some distance on Ward Burton. He's picked up his speed, too. That time, he was almost a half mile per hour faster than Ward Burton. Now he sees he's got that distance. He doesn't have to be concerned about running that high line to keep Ward on the inside of it, not the outside.
He upped the interval between himself and brother Ward Burton from 39/100ths of a second to 53/100ths of a second that last lap. So indeed, Jeff Burton is pulling away from brother Ward. Jeff comes up on a little bit slower traffic. That's Elliott Sadler. There's Bill Davis, the owner of the 22 car, driven by Ward Burton.
His wife Gail alongside of him. As they check everything on these, there's Gail. Probably watching this on TV on the dish, and they realize that unless something happens to Jeff, that Ward is not going to catch him in the next 3 laps.
Ward Burton has been driving for Bill Davis for the 5th year now. Ward finished a career best 16th in NASCAR Winston Cup points in 1998. There is Jeff Gordon, who continues to run in 3rd spot, but he is more than 2 seconds behind. 2.1 last time and 2.6 this time. So Gordon is dropping back just a little. There's the 4th place car and another no bull contender, Mike Skinner.
He's about 4.5 seconds behind the leader. There comes Bobby Labonte in pole position. He's 5.5 seconds behind the leader.
He was the pole sitter, one of 22 drivers who broke the track record in qualifying. There's the 36 car Ernie Irvin, who's had a tremendous run here this afternoon. He is in 6th spot. And the white flag is showing as Jeff Burton maintains that advantage on brother Ward.
He's opened up to over 1 second lead, so unless this thing blows up or runs out of gas or something before he gets back to the line, it's going to be Jeff Burton.
Here is Jeff Burton coming off the backstretch, settling into corners number 3 and 4. Ward Burton pursuing, but not having a great deal of luck. Here is Jeff Burton crossing the finish line and winning the Las Vegas 400 for 1999. It's his 6th NASCAR Winston Cup victory. And the crew celebrates. There is happiness all through the Exide pit. Let's go to Bill Weber.
With crew chief Frank Stoddard, you overcame problems on pit road. You had a great race car and ran a great race. Congratulations.
I'm going to tell you what, Jeff Burton's the man. These guys, these Exide Batteries guys, I'm real proud of them. You know, we came back from a tough loss 2 weeks ago. Our teammates brought it home for us, but we thought we let Jeff Burton down a little bit last 2 weeks ago, and today we had pretty good stops all day. We called a good race, buddy, and the motor department up in Livonia, I can't thank them enough for a great motor. Gears, transmissions, everybody in Liberty, North Carolina, all 5 Roush teams that have come out here and tested in the past. And I'm just proud of Jeff Burton. He's the man. He drove a heck of a race all day, and you know, I'm sure one time he thought we were going to have to come in and get gas, but, you know, he really thought it was probably over. But he never said nothing on the radio, and in the end, he got the chance to show who the best car was today.
Frank Stoddard and Jeff Burton heading to victory lane.
No $1 million bonus handed out here this afternoon, but a big purse will be divided, and Jeff Burton will get the winner's share. And we'll be back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway to talk with him in just a moment. Now let's go to our Wide World of Sports studio in New York.
Here in Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we will have our victory lane moved from the press road building right out here to the front straightaway. We'll have our winner in the Exide Battery Ford Taurus.
That's not
Jack
fair.
Roush Racing. Jeff
Absolutely
Burton
not
victorious here in Las Vegas. And you want to stick around to hear from the driver of that Exide Batteries Ford.
You want to share some of that? What do you got here?
Oh, that's a little boat.
You got going on? You got a little moth.
I'd like to thank you for joining us out here this afternoon. Chairman of the board, Mr. Britton Smith, President of Las Vegas Motor
Do I have to do
Speedway,
JIPs?
And our general manager here in Las Vegas, Mr.
Go, Bill.
Powell. Thank you for coming out this afternoon. Stick around, folks. We have our victory lane ceremonies coming up here in just a moment.
Back at Las Vegas, and Jeff Burton is taking an extra victory lap so that all the fans gathered here can give him a salute behind the pace car. He has won an exciting Las Vegas 400 here this afternoon by 1.07 seconds over his brother Ward. Jeff Gordon and Mike Skinner, both No Bull contenders, finished third and fourth. Bobby Labonte, Ernie Irvin, Dale Earnhardt, Terry Labonte, Rusty Wallace, and Mark Martin rounded out the top 10. Those drivers on the lead lap.
Check out 16 through 30. We'll see Steve Park. Great run today. Got a lap down early. Ran the leaders of most of the rest of the day. Finishing 16th. Tommy Hubert qualified fourth. His first oval track NASCAR Winston Cup event. Finishes in 28th spot.
And the rest of the field now, Jerry Nadeau and Jeffrey Bodine both dropped out late in the race. Bill Elliott involved in a crash. And those other drivers that you see back there, 40th through 43rd, also were involved in crashes that we had here this afternoon. And now entering victory lane is Jeff Burton. Let's go down to the McDonald's winner's circle. Here's Dr. Jerry Punch.
We just got a soft drink shower from Jeff Burton. Congratulations. What an effort, and being able to race your brother.
That's stressful. I can't imagine being my mother, my father, and my brother, because that's got to be stressful watching. But, you know, we've always wanted it to come down to that. It never has worked out, and we just were a little better than they were today. But, I said at the beginning of the year that they'd be really tough, and I think that today showed you they hadn't had much luck beginning of the year, but they got an awfully good race team.
You knew that Ward needed to be able to stay high to be quicker than you, and you took the lane away?
Well, I knew that I had to get on the outside for sure to ever get by him, because on the bottom they could really hold you up. I felt like if I got by him I could get away a little bit because I thought we were faster, but the car I drove in really deep just kind of took a chance and it stuck. And fortunately it stuck. The X-Side 4 didn't get up into marbles. It was one of those last-ditch efforts, and it just stuck. And real proud of all my guys. They've done a great job with this race car. This race car's led off a bunch of laps.
All right, neither one of these Burton brothers lost. Let's check in with John Kernan.
Ward, you finished second to your brother. Not too bad.
No, it's a great run. I just wanted that one position so bad. We worked real hard for it, but that team is doing a good job for me, and that's what's going to start happening in the future. I feel really good about it. We Caterpillar and all the guys on board, we're ready to go.
Ward Burton, second place, back upstairs.
Congratulations to the Burtons. Here are the points now at the end of 3 races in 1999. Mike Skinner is the leader with Rusty Wallace 51 points behind. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Telemetry provided by State Fair, the corn dog of NASCAR, proud sponsor of the number 30 car. We'll see you at Atlanta next week. This is Bob Jenkins. So long, everyone, from Las Vegas.
Early in the day, and then all of a sudden, man, we found ourselves in the top 5, and battling for those guys up front. I just, trying to keep it up there.
Jeff Gordon finished the third today. And on his victory lane, Jeff Gordon celebrating the win of the Las Vegas 400. The high fives, the handshakes, all around for Jeff Gordon. A great race. What an exciting racing was over for the win.
Neil, are you okay? Mike, is he okay? Somebody talk to me. Are we released in the booth?
Lost and win. Okay.
could run the outside hard enough to keep you.
Are we done?
So I kind of, to be honest, I just kind of made a last good
Thank you.
drove in the free real hard.
I love it when he yells.
I was able to get up out of there. He drove in deep, deeper than I thought he could, and I just drove in deeper, and for whatever reason it stuck. I didn't think it would.
Our coverage of the Las Vegas 400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway is being brought to you by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. By Nextel. You've never used a phone like this before. Call 1-800-NEXTEL-9. By the more than 2,500 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone.
Job than us get his car where it needed to be at the end of last week, and we came back today with redemption and were able to make our car do what it needed to do.
Well, he finished second last year, makes it a one more notch today. Jeff Burton wins the Las Vegas 400. Let's call it 10 seconds to station identification.
Our coverage of the Las Vegas 400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway is being brought to you by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car.
Very much, Curtis Kilgreen. Here's your winner, Jeff Burton, his sixth victory here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Jeff, congratulations.
Well, thank you. Last year we seen a little criticism. We said it wasn't a good race. Well, I think today we had a good race.
Our coverage of the Las Vegas 400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway is being brought to you by Haviland Formula 3 Motor Oil. Add more life to your car. By Nextel. You've never used a phone like this before. Call 1-800-NEXTEL-9. By the more than 2,500 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by the Home Depot, the official home improvement warehouse of NASCAR.
Yes, he's won $4 million, almost had 5 today, but you just flat out ran. What was the secret to success today?
Well, the car just drove really well.
We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Las Vegas 400.
We spent a lot of time on this car, and it's worked really well for the last couple of weeks, and hopefully it's going to teach us something that we can run later on. We're really proud of what we've been able to do with it. We had a bunch of laps with it last week at Rockingham, and got beat at the end by not having the right adjustment. But today we got it right when it needed to be, and off we went.
So, Jeff, when you
We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Las Vegas 400 being brought to you by EverStart Battery. All the cold cranking power your truck, car, boat, or more will ever need. Available at Walmart. And by AT&T Personal Network. Communications has finally caught up with the way you live. .400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Let's go ahead and get this trophy presentation going here. The fence and gets over.
We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Las Vegas 400 being brought to you by EverStart Battery. All the cold cranking power your truck, car, boat, or more will ever need. Available at Walmart. And by AT&T Personal Network. Communications has finally caught up with the way you live. We hope you're enjoying. We hope you. We hope you're enjoying today's coverage of the Las Vegas 400 from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, being brought to you by Quaker State for protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. We hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Las Vegas 400 NASCAR Winston Cup race from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, being brought to you by Team Monte Carlo, Chevy, the cars more champions trust. By Ronin, now available on video. Rent the action tonight. By Exide NASCAR Select, the official automotive battery of NASCAR. And by Frost Brewed Coors Light, who reminds you that the three most important words are, hey, beer, man.